content after it's recorded. Today is September the 23rd, and I would like to welcome you guys to the Legal Wars podcast. So, as usual, we're just going to take a minute this morning, wait for people to get in. So, this morning, we're talking about hydraulic fracking and the candidates' positions on fracking. Yes, indeed. Happy Monday to everyone when you guys first viewing this content. I just want to let you guys know that Legal Wars podcast officially starts on October the 26th. Spent about a month or so, getting it ready. About a month or so, actually engaging and with the viewers and building the viewership. And then on the 26th, we'll hit the ground running. So let's just give it a minute. We're going to wait for people to get in. Good morning. Good morning. As you guys come in, please introduce yourselves. Please. Good morning. Starting a little early this morning, about 45 minutes earlier. You know what I'm saying? Try to get through it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Might try to stream a little longer today. But as you guys come in, would you guys please introduce yourselves? Good morning, guys. Good morning. We started a little early this morning. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. I ask as you guys come in, would you guys please introduce yourselves? Please. So the name of the chat is Drill Baby Drill. We're going to talk about the reason that VP Harris support and Trump supports fracking. I ask you guys, as you guys come in, please introduce yourselves. I see Mr. Kim Brooks. How are you doing, sir? Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. Just give it a few minutes, let some more people get in. Then I'm going to start going over the content just a second. You guys, as y'all come in, please introduce yourselves. I see James Day. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Happy Monday. We're going to have a lively conversation this morning. Good morning, guys. As y'all come in, please introduce yourselves. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. If this is your first time here, it's a very interactive stream. We're talking about politics this morning, about fracking, the reason why the candidates support the fracking. I encourage you guys, please, to get down in the comments, introduce yourselves. And as I go over the content, you guys, please let your voices be heard. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. You guys please introduce yourselves in the comments. I'll say hello back. VC account, how are you doing? Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. You guys, if y'all don't mind, go ahead and like the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Zach Diesel says, Dotcast says Trump 2024. James George says, frack, if you tell, you crack it. Well, good morning, guys. We'll go ahead and get started with the content. Like I asked y'all, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Okay, so this morning we're going to discuss fracking and fracking as it relates to the candidates. You guys feel free to go ahead and jump in the comments as I go over the content. Tell me what you think. So hydraulic fracturing or fracking is a technique for recovering gas and oil from shale rock. Shale gas is predominantly methane, which is used for generating electricity, heating homes, and cooking. It involves drilling into the earth and directing a high-pressure mixture of gas, sand, and chemicals at a rock layer to release the gas inside. So you guys know what fracking is pretty much, right? You guys know the controversy over fracking and where the candidates stand with fracking. So fracking has significantly increased domestic oil and natural gas production. Between 2007 and 2016, the United States oil production grew 75% and natural gas production grew 39%, according to the Independent Petroleum Association of America. And proponents of the extraction method celebrate the fact that it has driven down natural gas prices. So, guys, I'm going to take a real quick poll. Do you guys support fracking? If you guys support fracking, put a Y in the chat. If you don't, put an N in the chat. And if you guys say no, tell me why you don't. Hello, Cristiano, started early this morning. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. Adam, he says he's getting attacked by possums. How are you doing, Adam? So James Day says he supports fracking. James, please tell me why. Okay, so let's talk about why fracking is so controversial. The injection of fluid at high pressure into the rock can cause earth tremors, small movements on the Earth's surface. The United States Geological Survey, which maintains a myths and misconceptions page on its websites, disputes that fracking is causing the rash of frequent induced earthquake in places like Oklahoma. According to the agency, only 1% to 2% of the earthquakes are linked to hydraulic fracking itself. The rest are caused by wastewater disposal, most of which says come from conventional oil drilling. So Adam says, pretty beat up, bro. Zach says, I think we should frack, drill, what have you, but be careful where you do it, because it too much, too fast here in central Oklahoma has caused earthquakes. So that being said, Jack, I'm glad you in the chat, sir. Like, do you think that, do you support fracking, Zach? And would you support more regulation on frackings? That's my question. James says, little shake or cheap fuel. You know what I'm saying? Guys, go ahead and tell me who y'all are supporting for president, what candidate you supporting for president. If y'all supporting Trump, put a T in the chat. If you supporting Harris or Kamala, put a K in the chat. So Nighthawk said, yo, bro, what's your thoughts on the situation with Diddy and his new victim? We'll talk about that in just a second, sir. Okay, so we're going over fracking, guys. Fracking uses huge amounts of water, which could be transported to the site at significant environmental costs. Fracking produces 30% to 100% more methane emissions than traditional natural gas wells, according to researchers at Cornell University. The heat trapping gas is a major contributor to global warming change. With the health effects of frequent ingestion of methane are unclear, a 2016 report by the Environmental Protection Agency found that some chemicals in fracking fluids, also known hazardous to humans, specifically 173 of the more than 1,600 chemicals identified by the agency in the fracking water cycle were toxic chronic exposure by mouth. Let's see what you see. So James says he's voting for Trump. Let's see. LL says Trump. James George says he's voting for Kamala. John the driver says Diddy. So Zach says, my coworker found a baby abandoned Okay. And then, okay, guys, so we're going to keep it going, right? We're talking about fracking this morning. So in 2000, shale gas provided only 1% of the U.S. natural gas production. By 2010, it was over 20%, and the U.S. Energy Information Administration predicted by 2035, 46% of the United States natural gas supply will come from shale gas. Guys, that is a big confirmation. So the Obama administration believed that increased shale gas development will help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So the Obama administration actually saw the benefits in fracking. So let's talk about what the candidates support. You know what I'm saying? What the candidates support. So both Trump and VP Harris say that they support fracking. Generally, people think Democrats don't support fracking, which is not true. Let me see what you guys saying. Let's see what you're saying. So Fernando says, yes, it's contaminating the soil with chemicals to get out, oil out, and burn contaminate the air, humans. So I would think, Fernando, that you aren't supporting fracking. And if you don't support fracking, Fernando, if you supporting Kamala for president, put a K in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Zach says, if you ain't fracking, you got to be lacking. Okay, so it appears 5 years ago that Kamala Harris made some comments that weren't in support of fracking, notably in a Democratic presidential town hall hosted by CNN on September 4th, 2019. So in the presidential debate, Donald Trump said, and I quote, this is this current debate, fracking, she's been against it for 12 years. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one. First of all, I want to ask you guys, what's your thoughts about that? You guys think if Harris won the election, she's going to cut off fracking? You know what I'm saying? Just keep in mind, she's got to run for re-election too. He went on to say, oil will be dead, fossil fuel will be dead. Then he went to say about banning fracking, tens of thousands of Pennsylvanians would be out of work, and utility bills will skyrocket. As a young man in the chat said too, there's a lot of Oklahomians will be out of work as well. But however, in 2020, to be fair, that when debating Mike Pence, VP Harris said Joe Biden will not ban fracking. So let's look at the record. She has a record on this. Let's look at VP Harris' record on fracking. Okay, so on August 7th in 2022, Harris cast a decisive tie-breaking vote on the IRA in the Senate. That vote, the IRA requirement to lease public lands for oil and gas drilling, this opened new leases for fracking, she claimed during the debate. So on August 7th, she signed a vote that allowed fracking. You see what I'm saying? So in a CNN interview with Dana Bash on August 29th, VP Harris went on to say, what I have seen is that we can grow and we can increase a thriving clean energy economy without banning fracking. So guys, I'm about to jump in the comments. What's you guys' thoughts? What you guys' thoughts about fracking? What's you guys' thoughts about drilling? Do you think it hurts the environment, or do you think it creates jobs and it stimulates the economy? So Fernando says, I support a healthy planet. And I agree with that, Fernando. He said, yeah, let's contaminate the soil with chemicals to get oil out and burn it to contaminate the air, humans. Nighthawk says, yeah, Zach, they are vicious, man, especially when you try to make love to them. Let's see. James Day says, I work for Halliburton. Sir, will you expound on that? You know what I'm saying? Tell me your thoughts and everything. So I see Miss Sarah Cooper in the chat. How are you doing, Miss Sarah Cooper? Guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. We're about to get started with the content. You know what I'm saying? I started a little bit early this morning, so I just want to start off by seeing who you guys supporting for your president. If you guys are supporting Trump, let your voice be heard right now. Go ahead and throw a T in the chat. If you guys are vote for Kamala, put a K in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get back to the comments real quick. I just want to see who you guys are supporting. So James George says he's supporting Trump. Come on, guys. I know it's early in the morning. You know what I'm saying, guys? Let your voices be heard. If you guys supporting Trump, put a T in the chat for me real quick. If you supporting Harris, put a K in the chat. Andre Hughes says, I'm for America. Let's see. Andre says, do you like Russians? Seems like you guys ain't too much participating. You know what I'm saying? James Day says Kamala all the way. So we got a Kamala supporter. We got a couple Trump supporters in here this morning. So let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see. So Zach says Fernando is for voting for Dolan. James George says Halliburton is the problem. Would you expound on that? You know what I'm saying? So I can understand what you mean about that, sir. So Andrew says hello to you, my black friend from Russia. How are you? How are you doing, sir? So Sarah Cooper says, how could she support fracking and the Green Initiative? Well, I mean, like, look, Sarah, I'm going to tell you like this. I think this is what explains that the best to me. In the State of the Union address in 2013, Obama says, after years of talking about it, we are finally posed to control our own energy future. We produce more oil at home than we have in 15 years. We have doubled the distance our cars could go on a gallon of gas, and the amount of renewable energy we generate from sources like wind and solar, with tens of thousands of good American jobs to show for it. We produce more natural gas than ever before, and nearly everyone's energy bill is lower because of it. So Miss Sarah, I mean, I think that should be the sentiment of all Democrats, what President Obama said in 2013, that you can support, you can have a balance. You know what I'm saying? You can support natural gas, you can support fracking, and you can support the Green Initiative. What you guys think? So let me get back down in the comments. So Zach says that Harris is a liar. I'll be wary of anything she say. Mr. Zach, will you give me reasons why you say that VP Harris is a liar? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I understand that you feel like how you feel, that's your voice. I want your voice to be heard, but could you please provide me reasons why you say that? So Raymond says Trump 2024. Let's see. Have not deplorable says was raised in St. Pete. James George says, I like Harris. She looks a lot better than Trump. Hey, I don't think it's about her personal appearance, their personal appearances. I think it's about how they can govern the country. So Andrew Hughes says, look up the Paris Agreement. Yes, sir. Would you expound on that a little bit for me? Have not says Harris is no good. I take it that he's a Trump supporter. So Andre says, do you know what the Paris Agreement is? Yes, sir. I've heard of it before. Andre again says, America keep putting limits on how we can make money. I mean, I guess so, man. I guess you probably have that problem anywhere you go. So Andrew said, do you like Russians? I guess I don't have an opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to judge someone by their nationality or their race. I'm going to judge them by how they act. James Day says Kamala Harris all the way. Sarah Cooper, says Trump. I love a black female president. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. So Lucinta, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, says Dr. Shiva for president. Guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. I welcome you guys in. As you guys come in, I ask that you please like the video, you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We having a conversation this morning on politics. I advise you guys to get down in the comments, let your voices be heard. I'm trying to read every single comment that I can. So Andre says, smile, may God grant you peace and happiness. Thank you, Mr. Andre, and the same to you, my brother. Sarah Cooper says, why not promote nuclear then? So Miss Sarah, I'm saying, do you support fracking or do you not support fracking? Do you support drilling or do you not support drilling? Nighthawk says, love your energy, bro. Thank you so much, man. Thank you guys for your kind words. Concu Fictador, I've seen you in here before, brother. Welcome back. He says, I think Americans need to seriously take a step back and realize how we are being played. Look at how we are fighting over politics. This isn't healthy. Sir, that is true. I think the nation was set up as to have a debate. You see what I'm saying? So I think the nation's set up that we're supposed to have a debate on politics. Am I right or wrong? So I don't think having a debate on something when you're in leadership moves things forward. What you guys think? Like, for instance, say if this was Apple and we had a board, and so we were talking about new products, I think they're going to have some sort of back and forth. You see what I'm saying about creating new products and what's best for the company. However, I just think that the best way to do this, though, is to do it like civilly and constructively. You guys in the comments, let me know what you think. That's a great comment, though, sir. So Lucigena says Kamala and Trump are two wings of the same bird. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I heard that last night. Somebody said there is two sides of the same coin. But I'll say, if you flip that coin, right? Follow me, though. If you flip that coin, right? Depending on what side it lands on will depend if you win or lose. So I do think it's important that we vote. And I think it's important that we let our voices be heard. So James Day says, we have to have a balance. That's the only way to bring this country together. I agree with you a lot, James Bird. I think that the discourse in politics is actually hurting our country. That's my personal opinion. The debate is good. It needs to be a healthy debate without all the name calling. Andre Hughes says, I'm all for green energy, but let's make sure that we are not the only ones following them. What do you mean by that, Andre? So you're still talking about the Paris Accord, right? So if you're for green energy, do you think there should be a balance? Like, we should still frack, we should still drill, you know what I'm saying? And do green energy. Can we do those together? So Mark R says, okay, so Sarah Cooper says, I do support drilling. So I like that, Sarah. So you're saying there should be a balance on it, because that's where I stand too. You see what I'm saying? I support green energy, but like, I support drilling as well. I think it should be a healthy balance. Andre Hughes said, let's drill, it's money and jobs. I agree with that 1,000%, Andre. I think, like I said, I think we should drill, and then we should still attempt to pursue the green initiative. Look, I'm going to say this again for you guys one more time. Guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. We're having a conversation about politics this morning. As you guys come in, go ahead and jump down in the comments, man. Let your voice be heard. While we got this little many people here, I'm trying to read everybody's comment that I can. We're talking about fracking. We're talking about politics, the candidates, anything about politics you guys want to get off your mind, want to get off your chest, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm trying to read all the comments. So in the State of the Union address in 2023, I'm going to read this again. Obama says, after years of thinking about it, which means he went over it. I said in 2023, I mean 2013, excuse me. After years of thinking about it, we are finally posed to control our own energy future. We produce more oil at home than we have in 15 years. We have doubled the distance our cars could go on a gallon of gas, and the amount of renewable energy we generate from sources like wind and solar. So basically, what former President Obama was saying is that he supports renewable energy and he supports fracking and drilling. What's your guys' thoughts about that? You know what I'm saying? He basically saying there should be a balance on the two things. So let me see what you guys are saying. Miss Sarah Cooper says, do you think a revolution will happen despite who wins? What type of revolution, Miss Sarah? Do you mean like a political revolution, or you mean an actual revolution? You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, regardless who wins, I don't think anyone's going to be out there like shooting and doing things. I really don't think it's going to be like that. I think the government is well prepared for it this time. I might be wrong. So let's see. Jeff Outlet, how are you doing, my brother? He says the only way anybody's going to make it into the kingdom is if they surrender their life. I agree with you, Mr. Jeff. I am a Christian, and I have already surrendered my life to Christ, my brother. Thank you for that comment. So Concrete Fedor says debating is healthy, is very healthy, but what most Americans are doing isn't debating. They're just yelling at each other and walk away with no change of mind. Sometimes even violence happens as well. I think what that young man said is very important. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important to the discourse, the political discourse in America. I agree with him 10,000%. I think the discourse in America is way off. Like people say, okay, so you got a Republican Party, you got a Democrat Party. They always at each other. They always fighting. Ain't nobody could get along. But man, I think the problem with this, it's not about the debate. We have debates in everything we do in life. Am I right or wrong? Within families, you have debates. People talk, hey, you guys want to go out to eat. So you guys might have a back and forth. But I'm saying if you guys end up fighting each other physically and you guys don't end up getting to go eat any food at all, is that healthy? Do you guys see what I'm saying? So my boy Lucent TGJ says persons need to check with their donors. Jeff says America in this world went beyond the point of no return. What do you mean about that, sir? You know what I'm saying? So you think it's no hope for America? Nathan Bugg says, I think we stop using adjectives when talking about the candidates and only say their policy. I'm only looking for one from Harris. Nathan, VP Harris is given plenty of policies. Just in the comments, you want to ask me what her policies are about whatever issues you want to. I could tell you what those policies are. Jeff says Jesus is coming back. And if you ain't right with him, well, guess that is not good news. Yes, sir, that is absolutely correct. I agree 10,000%. Sarah Cooper says, yes, a balance. So, Miss Sarah, me and you are on the same page. Conquistador says, good to know it, Jeff. Devious Chris, how are you doing, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Welcome back. He said, drilling only produced company profits. It is sold at $15 barrel profit and replaced with cheaper Canadian and South American gas. Devious Chris, that was an excellent comment. Excellent comment. I wish that you would expound on that, you know what I'm saying, so we could get deeper into that discussion. Thank you for that. Andre Hughes says, yes, balance. So you're saying that we should concentrate on renewable energy, wind and solar, you know what I'm saying, and at the same time, like, you know what I'm saying, we should drill and get oil. I agree with that 1,000%. You can't just stop drilling or limit the drilling. You make the gas prices go up, you take away jobs. I'm saying if you're going to replace that with solar energy or with green energy, I think that should take a process of time. Do you guys agree with me or disagree? So let me see. I'm trying to get to you guys' comments. So Victor says, until we figure out something that works without hurting the economy and infrastructure, using oil is the only option at this moment. And sir, I agree with you 10,000%, 20,000%. Lemon says, what's up, my brother? You still cool with Dean? I'm not sure which Dean you're talking about, sir. So Andre Hughes says, balance all the way. But if America stops fracking and the rest of the world keeps it up, what difference will it make? I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Hughes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, why would we want, in my opinion, this is my opinion, why would we want to import the gas when we could get the gas ourselves? Johnny Waterhand says the blades for the wind turbine are supposed to last 30 years, but they are only lasting 5 years tops. Man, great conversation this morning with you guys. I really appreciate it. Johnny Waterhand, I understand that, man, but it's new technology, so I just believe it's just going to take them some time to get it right. So Mr. Jeff Oitless says, play, but you remember when Obama went to Saudi Arabia and then they dropped the fuel price in 2015, flooded the market, man. That's what you got to do. You see what I'm saying? If you're making a conscientious effort to improve the life of Americans, and in my opinion, lowering gas prices, do you guys agree or disagree? In my opinion, lowering gas prices will improve the life of Americans. I'm saying who cannot support that? Like, to me, you have to work towards that. It's like a constant work towards that. So Jeff says, oh, yeah, they are. Sarah Cooper says, either I think Americans are going to lose it after election because each candidate is so hated by many. Miss Sarah, not only that they're so hated by many, the entire country is polarized. You know what I'm saying? But I think the security measures will already be in place. I think they're already prepared and they're waiting for that to happen. So Jay says, yo, bro, you mess with Hellcats? Of course, sir. So Johnny Waterhand says, snowflakes are worried about heating up the Earth's surface, so their solution is to make the fields of black solar panels. Sir, I think it's more, I mean, heating up the Earth's surface is part of it, but I mean, there's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying? As far as with fracking, they say that it's induced earthquakes. It might not have induced them to the point to where there's a major concern, but there is a concern about that. You see what I'm saying? Then what about the wastewater disposal? You know what I'm saying? 30 to 100% more methane emissions. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few things that's associated with fracking, with drilling. With drilling, what about oil spills? You know what I'm saying? So it can be sort of harmful to the environment, or like, you know, in the deep horizon oil spill, we see that it can be very harmful to the environment at times. So I'm saying being concerned with the harm that it causes to the environment, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that per se. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I see my boy Bless Up Kev. He up in this thing. How you doing, my brother? He said, get them likes up. Everybody, if you guys are in here, if you're enjoying the conversation, show your brother some love. Go ahead and hit that like button, man. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. I ask you guys, please, please, please get down up in the comments. Man, we having a lively discussion this morning. Happy Monday to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I want anybody, any topic you guys want to talk about, anything political. If you got something to say, you want your voice to be heard, go ahead and jump down in the comments. So Andre Hughes says, what's Kamala's standpoint on the border? So Mr. Hughes, her standpoint is that she wanted to pass the bipartisan border bill. Have you heard of that? So the bipartisan border bill basically would give 1,500 more border agents. I would like to say this, just speaking facts. The U.S. Border Patrol supported this bill. A lot of Republicans supported it. A lot of Democrats supported it. But she accused Trump of killing the bill. So the border bill would have got 1,500 more border agents. It would have fought against the fentanyl epidemic, transnational criminals. You know what I'm saying? So that was her way, or Joe Biden's way, the Biden administration's way, I would say, of fighting against, you know what I'm saying, the immigration, you know. But she said that they killed the bill. So that's the only thing I heard about her policy on immigration. But thank you for that, Mr. Hughes. So let me see. Miss Kimberly Ashcraft, how are you doing, ma'am? She says, please do give detailed information on a Harris policy. Miss Ashcraft, I just did. You asked me what policy it is. I could tell you what I know. That's all I could do. So Just Don says, I never heard her say anything about her policy. Jotty Winterhand says, don't ignore my factual comments. Bro, I'm not. I didn't see it. So Jeff O says, California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and Idaho falls into the ocean. You think that's going to happen, sir? Again, Bless Up Kev, thank you for returning, my brother. How are you doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Johnny Waterhand says, how are you going to quell all the birds, wind, and solar energy are killing? Sir, it's a work in progress. You got to think about how new solar energy is. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to work that out. It's just going to take some time for them to work through that. Evan 11 says, that's what they've already done. I'm not sure what she's talking about. So Jeff O says the Great Lakes will empty into the Gulf of Mexico. So I guess he's talking about like the global warming and theories of global warming. Useman says SE. So my boy 43 Keith, he wants to go ahead and get this conversation. Angelo Maximus, good morning, baby. So guys, y'all know the drill. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys' voices to be heard. I want every last one of you guys to have a voice. So y'all know what time it is. If you guys are voting for Trump, you put a T in the chat. If you guys are voting for Kamala, put a K in the chat, guys. Anything y'all want to say about politics, we talking it out this morning. I encourage you guys to have a conversation amongst yourself, but go ahead, support your candidate. Let your voice be heard. Matthew Udi says Trump. James G says Trump. Marto says Trump. Thomas says Kamala. Angelo says Trump. Devious Chris Lane says Trump. Al McAllister says Kamala. Let's see. Grant B says Teflon Don, Donnie T, Trumpy Trump, Trump. Devious Chris says Kamala. Ashley Ashcroft says Trump. Conquistador said he's going to sit it out this year. Wow. Chris Brown, Janita Mitchell, good morning. She says Kamala. Good morning, baby. How you doing? Let's see. Stand and delivery says why? I'm not sure what that means. You know what I'm saying? So guys, jump down in the comments. Tell me why you supporting the candidate that you're supporting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading the comments. I seen someone says, do I like my environment? Of course I do. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, we have to power our homes, don't we? We have to drive our cars, don't we? That's what I'm saying. So just thinking that, like, okay, we're going to cut all the fracking, we're going to cut all the drilling. I'm saying, like, where are we going to get the resources from? I understand the green initiative. Like, Obama supported that initiative, but he said it should be a balance. And I think that's what the candidates who are going for the balance, I think that's just what we need best. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. So Kara Hooper says, if baby brain stems can be used to power AI and babies being aborted every day, why couldn't that be used as an alternative, organic, green power source? Side note, just food for thought. Miss Sarah Cooper, that is a very good comment. You know what I'm saying? That'll take a lot of thought. I have to do a whole stream on that, but appreciate that. Thomas W says more agents allow faster processing. Andre, not only you saying faster processing, but listen, the U.S. Border Patrol supported that bit. Okay, Republicans supported it. It was bipartisan. So the reason why you want to have those border agents, though, more border agents, because it's not just about illegal people coming into the country. That's the biggest issue. It's also about the fentanyl that's coming across the border. It's also about the transnational gangs that's coming across the border. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that border bill was a end-all be-all solution to the problem that we're having. I'm just saying that it would have helped and it would have took a step forward. But Trump told them to kill the bill. So y'all get in the comments and y'all tell me you guys' thoughts. So let's see. Miss Sarah says, I don't support using babies for power. I agree with that. Dustin Wells says, good morning, Ghost. Good morning, my brother. How are you doing? Joven Bird says, how are you doing, Don 1212? Chris Brown says, APAC runs gas. Al McAllister's, people read her policy on her site and every form, so you don't keep saying the same questions over and over. Trump bots, we know you. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? We already know. Well, that's my opinion, you know, but there might be new people in the chat. So, you know, I'll go ahead and try to give some information on like Harris and her policy. Guys, if you guys in here this morning, you guys rocking with me, I ask that you guys will go ahead and hit that like button. Show your brother some love, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, that notification bell, man. Jump down in the comments. Most importantly, I ask you guys to jump down in the comments this morning. Let your guys' voice be heard. We having a lively conversation on politics. Anything about politics you want to put in the comments, go ahead and put it in there. So Confitador says, if the government would simply stop taxing overtime, people would be able to actually have money, and it would also help the economy because people would work more for the untaxed overtime. That makes a lot of sense. But there actually is a candidate who says that he wants to stop taxing overtime. What I wanted to say to you, my brother, I think it's very important that we let our voices be heard. If our voices are not heard, how can we ever complain about anything? We might say, hey, look, I don't like either one of these candidates, but you got to choose between one of the two. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody said, they said it's the same coin, different sides. But if you flip that coin and you call heads and it lands on tails, you could lose with that same coin. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's very important as a collective group of us that we allow our voices to be heard. So Miss Just Don 1212 said, oh, okay, she's saying she's talking to someone else. Thomas says, Sarah, strap your tinfoil down and take a nap. Dustin Willis says, drill, baby, drill. I agree with that. Matthew, Trump, okay, this is who you guys were supporting for president. Let's see. So my boy says he opting out. I already see that, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and opting out of the presidential election this year. How many guys of you guys want or opting out of the presidential election? Dustin Willard says only losers want a rematch. I think he's talking about the debate. I don't think that's the reason why she wants a rematch, Mr. Willis. I don't think so. I think she wants a rematch because she wants to show the contrast between the two candidates. What I would have to say to play devil's advocate, is that Trump is scared to debate her because she's calling him out. She's calling him out. She's saying, hey, you want to debate? Let's have a debate. You know what I'm saying? Not showing up. Angelo says a lot of Kamala supporters were roasting Kamala on the fact that she won't do another debate on Fox. Instead, she wants to do a debate on CNN, and Kamala supporters are telling her to do it on Fox. Yeah, man, I'm not telling her to do it on Fox, but what I would say is her doing it on Fox and walking into the fire and coming out the fire unburned. In my opinion, man, how could that hurt her ultimately? That's my opinion. How would that hurt her? I don't think it would hurt her to do it on Fox. That being said, to be fair, and devil's advocate, Trump said out of his mouth, did you guys hear him say that the debate on CNN, he didn't have no problem with the debate on CNN. Didn't y'all hear Trump say that? I heard Trump say out of his mouth that he did not have a problem with doing a debate on CNN. You know what I'm saying? He was saying he was shocked that CNN was fair. So if he was okay with doing a debate on CNN, I'm just confused. Why not accept the debate? You know what I'm saying? So James George says, you with McAllister Tone, Anthony. Angron says, do you like your environment? Of course I do. Stan the Delivery says 222 man. Let's see. Calvin Duke says, Jesus love me. Thank you for that, brother. He loves you too. Chris Brown says, remember when gas was 60 cents. Mr. Brown, I think you're showing your age. Calvin Duke says, vote Trump. Vince. Just Don says, Hovind W. Daniel Poole says, I get that was my thought too. We need to use resources. We have no choice. Most definitely. Not only 1,000%, 10,000%. Every resource that we have to use, I think we should. Andre Hughes says, I want that green back in my pocket. Forget this environment. So, Andre, are you supporting Trump? And are you supporting Trump because you think he'll put the green in your pocket? Bishop Hicks says Trump cannot trust Fox either. I don't think so, but I think Fox would be more friendlier to him, or I would say Fox would be more unfriendly to VP Harris. Matthew Udi says we got so much oil in the U.S., we can use it to get out of this debt. Matthew, I think that's going to be a future plan. Good morning, Miss Quinn. How are you doing? Matthew, I think that's going to be a future plan. But I think the plan is that the United States wanted to try to burn up everybody else's resources and save ours for reserve. I think that's, to me, that's pretty smart. So Hovind Bird says, I'm just here, Don. Butterbasket said, at least Fox would be more fair. That's what I would say. You see what I'm saying? I think Fox would be, you know what I'm saying? They will come at Harris equally as much as they come at Trump or even more. So Jim Conto says, did the Harris campaign pay you to do this? Of course not, sir. I'm saying, why would they pay me to do this? I'm doing this because I'm an American citizen and I'm concerned about the election, the state of the country and everything. You know what I'm saying? I was going to start the podcast. We're in politics, so I'm discussing politics. Owen Williams says Harrison Waltz will not do anything good for our country. Vote red, Trump 2024. Just Don says, Hovind, why do you want me to email you? Laugh out loud. Sindrit says, fair for who? Republicans? I'm not sure what we're talking about, sir. So Donald Trump forever and ever. Angelo Maximus says they are telling her if Trump can step into North Korea, Kamala should have the balls to debate on Fox, and I agree. If you're running for president, you should be able to debate anywhere. Do you agree? Angelo, I agree 1,000%. You guys heard me say that. I think that would help her. That would show strength for her to debate on Fox. But if she doesn't debate on Fox and she wants to debate on CNN, I think the same thing. Trump says he had a fair shake on CNN, so why not do it again? I don't understand that. So Angelo Hicks says, let's Fox fact check Harris the same degree Harris was. Hovind says, just Don, if it's cool to text, I'm down. CM says, I live in southern Arizona where the border is a huge issue. Trump 2024. Guys, you heard about this. I covered this yesterday. So I think it was on Friday or Saturday, Donald Trump, he went to New York City, to Long Island. He had a campaign rally, bro. We all know how blue New York is, but we know New York is a sanctuary city. You know what I'm saying? They've been having problems with immigration. So why would Trump, being a Republican candidate, knowing and thinking that he's not going to be able to win New York City, why would Trump go to New York City this close to the election? Not only did he go, he had huge support. The whole auditorium was filled, over 16,000 people. They had an overflow too. So I just wanted to mention that. And I said that before. In the states where immigration is on the ballot, you know what I'm saying? I think that is a touchy issue for Democrats. They should be highly concerned, highly careful. I think we're going to vote for whatever means the most to us. You see what I'm saying? Abortion, what does it mean to me? You see what I'm saying? I don't have no children that could be eligible. I don't have no wife that could be. So I'm saying, unless it crosses your desk, unless it crosses your face, if you aren't faced with that issue doesn't mean, it's not going to mean nothing to you. Am I right or am I wrong? You see what I'm saying? But if you had a bunch of immigrants moving next door to your house, you've seen a next door neighbor you had for 10 or 15 years, and you've seen that neighbor get put out this house, then immigration is going to mean something to you. Does that make sense? If it affects you directly, you're going to vote on it. I think pocketbook issues affect the majority of Americans directly. So pocketbook issues are usually a main economic issue. Guys, I'm trying to get to everybody's comment. You know what I'm saying, guys? Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. We're having a lively discussion this morning on politics. I invite everybody to jump down in the comments, man. Let your voice be heard. I'm trying to get to everybody's comments. That being said, man, show your brother some love. Go ahead, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. So my boy Benzie Y says, where do you stand? What you mean, where do I stand? On which issue? You mean as far as who I'm supporting? I'm an independent, okay? I'm a conservative independent, and I'm supporting Kamala for president. Let's see, Bishop Hicks, Queen of Mud said, good, it's not the enemy of perfect. Bishop Hicks says Trump was sorry. Scott Divorce says, great way to ignore me. I'm sorry, my brother, I'm not trying to ignore you. Your lunch break says, stop it, guy. Why wait for 3 years? I'm not sure what that means. Thomas says, exactly. Trump cares more about his posturing than anything, and it's not the makings of a good world leader. But to be fair, Mr. Thomas W., I think that a lot of politicians care about posturing. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree or disagree? In my opinion, I think that a lot of politicians care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way something appears on the surface means a lot. Kimberly Ashcraft says the bill was trash because they added $95 billion to Ukraine in it. But Miss Kimberly, I don't think you just, in my opinion, I guess I'm biased to that. I support the war in Ukraine, and I think if you had an opportunity to make America safer, I don't think that's a reason to not support it because of that. That's just my opinion. She goes on to say, if that part was taken out, it would have gone through without issue. People are sick of sending billions to other countries. So, Miss Kimberly, day one, Trump administration, okay? This for all you guys. Forget Project 2025. Forget the propaganda. Day one, Trump administration. Do you pull out of Ukraine? Do you stop sending aid to Ukraine? Do you stop sending aid to Israel? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, how do you handle that? Because the world is on brink of war. If you guys have not heard, this world is on the brink of an all-out war. Bishop Hicks says posturing. Obviously, you've never dealt with a bully. So, Bishop, you saying that Trump is a bully? You know what I'm saying? Let's see, let's see. So just Dawn says she's got to get off here so she could take her kids to daycare. I'll see you later, Miss Dawn. Let's see, let's see. Thomas says, genuinely, my first time seeing your channel. I appreciate you providing what seems like to be an open platform. Of course, my brother, it's a wide open platform. You know what I'm saying? I invite everybody to come in. We having a candid conversation about politics, Democrats, Republicans, RFK supporters, cats and dogs. Everybody is welcome. You know what I'm saying? So Andre Hughes, I'm sorry I missed that comment. I see Miss Teresa. I see some of you guys are in here. You know what I'm saying? Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Miss Kelly Quinn says, I was under the impression Trump didn't want to do another debate. Did I miss something? No, Miss Quinn, you did not. You did not miss anything. But like he did say that he would do a debate if the debate was on Fox News. You know what I'm saying? He said that pre-CNN, before CNN's offer. So let's see. Who am I? I'll try to get everybody at least one time. Big Rage says, good point, fam. Pig Daddy says, long-term plan is to stop income tax. Oh, Pig Daddy, so you saying that the long-term plan of the politicians in general is to do away with income tax? Bishop Hicks says, what agents are we talking about? You're talking about the immigration bill? That's U.S. Border Patrol agents. You know what I'm saying? The bipartisan immigration bill calls for 1,500 more new Border Patrol agents. And the U.S. Border Patrol actually supported that. Let's see. So is that Sin Reed? He says, Sin Reed, he says, social media isn't the same as a country. You have free speech out in the world, but you got to follow the rules on social media. That is completely true. But we do have free speech. But just whatever the rules is, we just got to follow the rules. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. Destin says opting out of voting due to living in a blue country. So you saying, Mr. Willis, the entire country is blue? So Kimberly said that's an awesome way to debate and support a candidate. Tell people to go to Harris' website and read her policies themselves. No, ma'am, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you would tell me like which policy that you would want to, you know what I'm saying, go over, I could explain the policy as best that I know it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like researching the policies, it seems like in a situation to where, you know what I'm saying, I'm undecided about which candidate I wanted to vote for, I would go research the policies. But we have conversations on here all the time. We have debates about her policies. If you go back and watch the content, that you'll see, you know what I'm saying, the different debates we've had over her policies. Dustin Willis says they had a debate. It was 3-on-1. You really believe that, Mr. Willis? You know what I'm saying? Some people says that Trump says outlandish things like people are eating cats and dogs. And because of that, that is the reason why he gets fact-checked more. Let me know your thoughts. Andre Hughes says, laugh out loud. Kamala couldn't even control her face in the debate. Hey, she came to the debate with one goal. And that one goal, you know what I'm saying, is to get at Donald Trump. So Dustin Willis says she didn't win that one and wants a rematch. Sad. Mr. Willis, I think that's a matter of opinion. But even if you look at Republican-leaning polls, I see that, you know, actually she did, like, according to the polls, she did win the debate. Kimbo says Dustin is correct. She didn't win. Dustin says, thanks, Ken. Guys, if you in the chat, man, I ask you guys, please go ahead and like the video. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Show your brother some love. Hovind says, you can get my number. Matthew Udi says, Dustin Willis, paint it red then. That's exactly right. You know what I'm saying? If you guys think that, you know, the country is turning blue, that's what the Republicans are out there doing. They're fighting to paint it red. Andre Hughes says Trump genuinely owned Kamala in the debate. No racism. I'm black. Sir, I don't care what color that you are. You see what I'm saying? But in my opinion, if you said that, if you look at the polls, Look up a Rasmussen poll on who won the debate. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you can't really prove who won, but besides what people think. So if you saying Trump won a debate, but everybody thinking Harris won a debate, you know what I'm saying? So Angelo says she should do it on Fox then, right? In my opinion, I don't see what it would hurt for her to do it on Fox, you know? But like I said, CNN extended the invitation. Trump said that CNN did a great job. He didn't take the invitation. He said he don't want to debate her. It makes him look like he's scared. I'm just playing. That's just how I make him look. Mark Hatta says, hopefully someday you'll realize that both sides are garbage and this is all one big dog and pony show. Mark Hatter, I said this before, okay? You have a coin. So you had a coin toss in a football game, heads or tails. You flip the coin, okay? You only gonna win with one side of the coin. So I think that it is important to participate in the process. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Big Ray says he did say they were fair though. BB Rodriguez, grand day, sir. How you doing, BB? You had answered my questions. How much do you get paid to pay shield? Excuse me. I don't understand what you mean, BB. Like, I'm not getting paid any. Hovind says, I did though. Miss Quinn says, good morning all. This is the day the Lord has made. Let's rejoice in it. Miss Sarah Cooper says, at the end of the day, we are all chess pieces being played by two old guys. Just like Obamacare, if he would have lost, we would have had Romney Care. The lobbyists, elites run the world. She is absolutely correct. American Forever says Trump or we're all broke. Why do you believe that, American Forever? Can you explain why you believe that? So Dustin Willis says, correct, sir. We are all truly pawns. So Dustin Willis don't believe that we have a process. Well, watch this, guys. Let's see this. So, guys, jump down in the comments right now. If you guys are supporting Trump, y'all throw a T in the chat. Throw a T in the chat if you guys are supporting Trump. If you guys are supporting Kamala, throw a K in the chat. I want to see who you guys support. Let you guys' voice be heard. Murky Turkey says Trump. Matthew says Trump. Thomas says Kamala. Angelo, of course, Trump. Kimberly, Trump. Melody, Trump. Devious Chris, Kamala. Dustin Willis, Trump. Benzie, Trump. Al, Trump. You see what I'm saying? John Luke says Trump. Real Rider says Trump. Travel says Trump. Bless up Kev says get that Kool-Aid ready. Gotta get it on deck. Queen of Mud says Harris. Let's see. Delvin says Trump. Kumar, how are you doing? Welcome back, says Kamala. Andre Hughes, we need Trump. Bless up Kev says vote. Holy Spirit says Vice President Harris. Michael Robinson says Trump. Delvin says Trump. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, guys, we have a voice as a collective unit. It's we the people. We have a voice. So saying, okay, we don't need to vote. We don't need to participate in the process. I'm saying we don't have to like a candidate. But in my opinion, it's like our civic duty to participate in this process. You know what I'm saying? We have to vote, man. It's going to be one or the other. We're going to get a left or we're going to get a right. So I advise you guys to participate in this process. That's what the Legal Wars podcast is about. Jump down in the comments, guys. Let your voice be heard, however you feel. If you feel like either way it goes, however we feel, that's what I'm saying. Whichever side that you want to go, if you want to go left, if you want to go right, you see what I'm saying? That's on you. But I'm saying here's your opportunity to let your voice be heard. So Andre Hughes, I don't like that comment. Let's see. Thomas says, Andre, tell me one policy Trump has put money in your pocket. You know what they would say? The $1,500 stimulus. I seen it. You guys didn't see it. Did you guys watch that Oprah Winfrey interview with Kamala? One guy stood up. That's the first thing that came out his mouth. Trump gave us a $1,500 stimulus check. So they're automatically thinking that I'm going to vote for Trump and I'm going to get more money. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're thinking. Although his policies, in my opinion, his policies are favoring giving money to rich people. That's my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? So, Quentin says, why do you use Trump's last name but Harris' first name? We did the same with Hillary. I'm not sure, man. That's just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not sure, though. Kumar says, thanks, boss. You says, you're welcome. Edward Adams says, start over. Man, it ain't nothing wrong with starting over. You feel what I'm saying? Not when you start over too, you get a new perspective, Edward. You see what I'm saying? And you can expand what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, say if, like, I'm starting this YouTube channel, and if I had to start over, I'm not gonna just have this channel, because I know if I can't depend on it, I'm gonna have a Kick channel, I'm gonna have a Rumble channel, I'm gonna have 15 different channels when I start over. You see what I'm saying? So when you come back stronger. So if you have to start over, you just do what you gotta do, my brother. It ain't nothing to it. In the end, it matters about the end. It doesn't matter how you start the race, it matters how you finish it. You see what I'm saying? Some people play a start over game. They keep playing the start over game. You just catch them in the middle of that game one time, and that's it. It's lights out, game over. Pig Daddy says Trump ceded to their debate terms twice. They both got bested by Trump. If you truly wanted to be a fair race, you wouldn't insist that Kamala ceded to Trump's debate terms, but you don't want a fair race. I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, Kamala did cede to, listen, okay, tell me if I'm wrong. In that second debate that they had, am I right or wrong? So that debate was already decided before Kamala was become the nominee. Am I right or wrong? So, like, those rules that were already set, she had to cede to those rules. But I'm saying, like, they want another debate. If you want another debate, I'm saying the opportunity is out there. I don't see why he won't accept the debate. I'm just confused why he won't accept the debate. Can y'all tell me why he won't? Why won't Trump accept the debate? Is he scared? That's my question. Is he scared? Because we heard out of his own mouth that he said that CNN, he did a great job on CNN. He said CNN did a great job. How many of us heard him say that? I heard him say that multiple times, that CNN did a great job. And after he said CNN did a great job, CNN said, okay, well, we got another debate. After the VP's debate, we're going to have another debate. He welcome you back. Kamala accepted. He hasn't. You know why I don't think he will accept the debate, or he might accept. Let me tell you. So the reason why he won't accept it, because I don't think he thinks it'll help him. I think if he goes on the debate, it's going to move the needle more for Kamala. That's number one. Number two, if he does accept the debate, I think it's because he personally just wants to be in front of that crowd. He just can't get over just wanting that FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? That's a good comment, though, Pig Daddy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. So I'm trying to see what you guys are saying. I ain't trying to skip nobody's comments, especially the people that haven't. So let's see. So AJ Jones, how are you doing, sir? Neither but my morals and beliefs align more with Trump. I believe God appoints all world leaders. Sarah Cooper says she was the least liked candidate since Hillary before Biden dropped out. And Miss Sarah, I think that's because people didn't know her. But I'm saying her approval rating is hitting the positives right now because people are getting to know her better. Dustin says no disrespect to any stepmothers, of course. Craig and Chloe Dudley says, amen, Trump 2024. Thomas says, because it allows people to look at her lower standing. Kumar says she is leading. That's what she has done. You know what I'm saying? I love this, man. Just discourse. 200 people in the chat right now just letting their voices be heard, man. Let your voice be heard. Andre Hughes says gas was low. You know what I'm saying? Dustin Willis says it was horrible. Let's see. Echad says Congress gave stimmies. Yes, indeed. But a lot of people relate those stimuluses to Donald Trump. Like I said before, the first question they asked, one of the first questions they asked is about immigration. And somebody stood up Oprah Winfrey asked the question to the audience. Somebody stood up and said he gave us $1,500. You see what I'm saying? So people equate Trump with putting money in their pocket. That's just what they equate it with. So Thomas says, so if we're going to count the positives people got from COVID to Trump, do we got to count the negatives? That's a really good question. Because to me, that's like you being one-sided. You see what I'm saying? If you count the positives, do you count the negatives? You know what I'm saying? So John says, look at her speeches. I'm not sure what you mean, John. Andre Hughes says grocery was low. Grocery was low, but that was before inflation. After inflation, the grocery prices went higher. What VP Harris said is when the prices were supposed to go lower, the company started price gouging, take advantage of people. They were taking advantage of people. So she wants to issue federal regulations that's going to stop businesses from price gouging. Okay, so Thomas says, like, how is it for the worst unemployment rates? No, Biden's unemployment rates are like at 4%. Oh, you mean Trump? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And all the jobs that he lost or didn't add, you know what I'm saying? But Biden's unemployment rate right now, if I'm not mistaken, is about 4%, 4-something percent. And that's since the 1960s. So John Luke says, should be tax breaks and then be required to pay your employees more, most indefinitely. That is very good, John Luke. I appreciate that, sir, because I have said explicitly that I am against trickle-down economics. So if you're going to give them a tax break, that's fine. Let them get a tax break, but make them pay your employees more. Make them hire more employees. Don't just give them blind tax breaks. That's the problem that I have with it. So Andre Hughes says my rent was half as much. VP Harris has addressed that as well. So Echad, Thomas says the president don't decide the price of eggs. The president don't decide a lot of things, but the president make policies that help. Let me explain something. So the Keystone Pipeline, if you open up the Keystone Pipeline, right, and you start drilling all over America, drill, baby, drill, the price of gas won't fall. It's about supply and demand. So the president can directly make policies that will affect the supply and demand. Am I right or wrong? Guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast, man. We having a conversation about politics. We always do, man. I would advise you guys, please, please, please jump down in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, man. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Let your voice be heard. So Dustin Willis says, can anything sway your vote? Goes, I think it's possible. It's very possible. I can't say 1,000%, but I definitely can say it's possible that some things can sway my vote. Censored for the Truth says Trump 2024. I hope everyone's eyes are open and hearts are touched by Jesus. Queen of Mud says popular vote versus ranked choice voting. What you mean by ranked choice voting? So you think you're asking which candidate is going to win which vote? I don't understand what you mean. So Nelson says Donald Trump for president. Thomas says, nah, brother. Inflation is high always. Devious Chris says U.S. oil is sweet crude. It hasn't used domestically. It has sold at premium overseas. Domestic gasoline is sourced from cheaper imported gas. Devious Chris, that's an excellent comment. It ain't really too much I could say. I agree 1,000%. Johnny Boy P says y'all are naive. Hovind Burt says just done. I'm still over here waiting on y'all. Laugh out loud. Thomas says that's plainly because corporate greed. Griffin says we export almost all the oil from the U.S. Look up light sweet crude versus heavy sour crude. Craig and Carol Dudley says she lies every time she opens her mouth. Craig and Carol Dudley, I understand that, like, I had to sit back for that one. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you are supporting Donald Trump for president. But I'm saying, you said every time she opens her mouth that she lies. Tell me some of her lies. Put some of her lies in the chat so we can see what she lies about. Put some of the lies in the chat because I just simply disagree with that. Owen Williams says Harris and Waltz will not do anything for our good for our country. Vote red. Trump 2024. Just Don says, Hovind, I posted my email several times. Side Show says, if Kamala was going to do something good, why hasn't she yet? She's the vice president, man. She a vice president. Does she set policy? Is it her job to set policy? That's my question. What did Mike Pence good did he do for the country? You know what I'm saying? Griffin says devious is right. Is that is or isn't? So Dustin Willis asking the chat, does anyone believe Ghost could be swayed to change his vote? Dustin is asking, guys, can I be swayed to change my vote? If you guys thinking yes, y'all put a Y in the chat. If y'all thinking no, y'all put an N in the chat. So Pig Daddy said, it's not your opinion. Opinions are based in some type of fact. You only think you know what you're talking about. It's not your opinion. It's your feelings. J Bond, the traveling cook. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through that. I think that's like a little trolling section. That being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and grab my Kool-Aid. You guys, if y'all don't know about that Kool-Aid, this that Jim Jones juice. Y'all guys know who Jim Jones is. Drink that poison. You know what I'm saying? You vote for me, you will never have to vote again in your life. Jim Jones juice. Okay. So Pig Daddy Thomas says absolutely. Adam says because he had to debate 3 people. You know what I'm saying? That just sounds like Republican talking points. Thomas says he'd be the elderliest president ever elected. He's a sad, frail old man. I think he getting old, man. You can see definitely the difference from when he first was president to right now. But just saying that like he's frail, I'm not sure he's all the way frail right now. So Confitador says at this point, presidential debates should be held on Comedy Central. John Luke Shargo says debate equal Dems trying to create propaganda, not a debate. What you call a debate then? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's kind of like what it's been the entire time, what it is now. So Florida Blondie said he's not scared. She's the one that's asking for a rematch. That means that she's scared. I don't understand that. Because if she's scared, why would she be asking for a rematch? He said that CNN, Florida Blondie, did he not say that CNN did a great job in the debate? I heard him say that, point blank, clearly. He said that CNN did a great job in the debate, and I've heard Trump dog on CNN. So to hear him say that, I think that holds some weight. So if CNN did a great job on the debate, then why won't you debate her again? That don't make no sense. Guys, you up in here, you guys enjoying the discourse, you enjoying the conversation. I'll ask you guys, please, please, please go ahead, hit that like button. Show your brother some love. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Jump down in the comments, man. Let your voice be heard. So the will of the U.S. says she won't accept the debate on Fox. She is scared. Benzie said, I thought it was a fairly fair debate. I also heard from others, and I saw different. Man, I felt the same way. I mean, this man's on stage saying people are eating their pets. People are eating cats and dogs. So if you saying that people are eating cats and dogs, I'm saying, come on, man. People gonna fact check you about stuff like that. You gonna get fact checked more because you putting yourself in that position with outlandish claims. That's just my opinion, though. Benzie said, okay, so John says, man, I miss you, John. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to miss you guys. I see new people coming in. My boy Arthur Monk says, did she put black people in jail for pot, then keep them as free labor? Then last one said that she smoked pot. I think that my boy, I think that's due to like the situation, man. In my opinion, that is just due to the situation. She is, at that time, VP Harris was the attorney general. So she has rules to follow. She has laws to follow. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, marijuana was illegal, wasn't it? At that time. So that's why in California, so that's why they got locked up. When they legalized marijuana, you know what I'm saying, that changed. Andre Hughes, it's not even Harris that lies. She just switches up. I think everybody switches their opinion on stuff. I might be wrong. We hadn't heard Trump switch his opinion on stuff before. Alex Mises says, do you support indoctrination for kids to learn LGBTQ stuff in school? No, sir, I do not support that at all. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. So I heard somebody earlier talk about freedom of speech, okay? So YouTube's policies about freedom of speech is like giving misinformation, okay? So if I'm giving people educational stuff that's misinformation, me telling you that I don't support abortion, that isn't harming you. That's not misinformation. You see what I'm saying? YouTube's policies, the policies are about giving misinformation. Me saying that I don't support abortion, that's my opinion. If we're going to start nitpicking people's opinions, you won't have no YouTube channel. There won't be no YouTube because everybody has opinions about stuff besides the guys who just give purely educational information. So he asked me, do I support LGBTQT or whatever? No, I don't support that at all. Like now, breaking down the specifics or giving misinformation. That's what we're saying. Like it is a freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech, and I have observed YouTube's policies, and they're talking about misinformation. So if the elections say the election is on day A, and I tell you that the election is on day B, that's harmful information to the public. That's misinformation. And misinformation is what they're looking for. If I'm telling you that you can have abortion some kind of way or this kind of, but me just saying what I'm for and against, that's my opinion. That's not misinformation. You're not going to get banned for that. Go read the YouTube's policies. You will not get banned for giving your opinion if it don't hurt nobody. Angelo, Maximus, baby, thank you for the $5 super chat. She said, everybody, I asked y'all to go like Miss Angelo Maximus' comment. Thank her for donating to the channel. She says, Ghost, if you support the Democratic Party, you unknowingly are supporting Drag Story Hour with children. That's a shame. Believes in God won't support that. Miss Angela, why are you saying I support the Democratic Party? Miss Angela, you already know, baby. I've told you millions of times that I am an independent. I am a conservative independent. I'm not supporting their policies. I'm not supporting their platform. I support candidates individually. Miss Angelo, you guys had an opportunity to vote between two candidates. You had Nikki Haley on the ballot and you had Donald Trump on the ballot. Am I right or wrong? You had two candidates on the ballot. You guys decide to go with Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? So I vote for the candidate. And for the candidate that I think that would do best for this country is Kamala Harris. If you would have inserted Nikki Haley in the race, I think I might have a different opinion. But we don't have Nikki Haley in the race. We have Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And that's why I support Trump. It's not about a platform. I support candidates. I don't support a party. It seems like most Americans, I would say probably 60 to 70% of Americans, they support parties. You see what I'm saying? I don't support a party. I support a candidate. I have my own beliefs and my own views. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't ban me for sharing my views, my opinion. The only way you could ban me if people are giving out misinformation that hurts people. You see what I'm saying? If I'm giving you guys misinformation that hurts you, like I said, if we're talking about abortion and I'm telling you information that, educational information or something that pertains to abortion, you see what I'm saying? That can harm you. You see what I'm saying? Either way it go, left or right, that's different. But if I'm just telling you my opinion that I'm against it, like I'm saying, so you can't say the word at all on the channel. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it's all about. It's about standing on your principles and what you believe. It is freedom of speech. It's just misinformation that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? So Dustin says, well said, Angelo, teaching kids kinks for kids, bad kinks. That's what I'm saying. You guys are getting here and y'all are saying y'all's opinion. So I'm saying they should ban the whole word across the whole channel, right? You know, we get in here and we speak our opinion. I'll never give you guys information. I just give you my opinion. You know, it's based in facts. That's my opinion. So Andre Hughes says, imagine someone eats your pets and someone just tells you, no, that didn't happen. But it really didn't happen, though. Where's the proof of it, Andre, that it happened? That's where's the proof? We hear him saying that. That was a rumor. That didn't happen. That's misinformation. You know what I'm saying? They should ban Donald Trump from YouTube. I'm just playing, man. Angelo Maximus, another $2 super chat donation. Everyone, I advise y'all participating in this chat this morning. Go ahead and like Angelo's comment. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Miss Angelo, for the $2 super chat. She says, what Trump policies encourages a sinful lifestyle? I can't argue with that. As a Christian, as a faith-based believing person, I can't argue with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, okay, democratic policies, you saying that they encourage a certain lifestyle. I don't think they encourage a certain lifestyle, do they? They might. But I'm saying, in my opinion, their policies she's saying that she believes in freedom, allowed them to choose which way. If you want to choose to have an abortion, you can choose to have an abortion. That's her stance. If you want to choose LGBTQ, you could choose if that's your choice. That's what she's saying. Allow them to choose and not the government to decide. But I understand your position too, Miss Angelo. You know what I'm saying? And you guys have heard me say it clearly. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to ban me for giving my opinion, you know, that freedom of speech, yeah, because I've read the YouTube policies. And the YouTube policies talk about giving misinformation. That's not misinformation saying that I don't support abortion and telling you why I don't support abortion. That's not harmful to anybody on here. That's not going to make someone go hurt themselves. It's not going to harm nobody by saying that I don't support abortion and why I don't support abortion. That's not misinformation. That's my opinion. Look down in the comments. How many people are giving their opinions about how they feel? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not demeaning. I have never demeaned anyone. I'm supporting a candidate who is for abortion. You see what I'm saying? I have never demeaned anyone for what they're doing or what they support. So I'm reading the chat. That's the way my podcast is set up. So if I get in the chat, somebody asks me a question, I'm going to answer. They ask me if I support abortion. I say no. Go read YouTube's policies. That's not misinformation. That's not causing no one harm to nobody. That's how I feel. That is freedom of speech. That is infringing on freedom of speech. They didn't ban the word on their platform because there's plenty of people who talk about it on their platform. Go put it in your search bar. You see what I'm saying? But they ban misinformation about abortion. They ban misinformation about the election. Like I said, if the election is on day A and you telling people the election is on day C, then that means those people aren't going to be able to go vote. That's misinformation. That's what they ban. But talking about an election, I mean, you can talk about what you want to on the channel. You're a content creator. Am I right or wrong? Let me see. So Thomas says definitely spelled his last word wrong. Fracking. I'm sorry. Dustin, I'll fix it. Dustin says, not an opinion. These are what she's trying to do. I didn't say. Dustin, listen, my brother. I said my opinion. I ain't say nothing about Harris. Of course, that's what she's trying to do. We all know that's what she's trying to do. But I'm saying this is my opinion. I'm just stating my opinion on the issues. People ask me my opinion. My opinion is not causing harm to anyone. It's not misinformation. It's the way I feel. It's what I believe. Thomas says your religion regulates your life, not mine. You are 1,000% correct, Mr. Thomas. It's freedom of choice. Mr. Thomas, like, okay, justice is if you choose to do something to not have religion regulate their lives, I choose to have Christianity to regulate mine. So it's a choice. I don't like, you could go back and listen to the streams, man. I said I don't try to force my views on nobody. And I'm definitely not going to ever tell anybody anything to hurt them. Andre says the people in the neighborhood confirmed it. Andre, that's misinformation, my brother. It's misinformation. PLGD says no proof. I live here. Where you at, my boy? You live in Springfield, Ohio? Get down in the comments and I'm gonna get to your comments, but go ahead and tell them why, man. That's misinformation, man. There's no proof of that. You know what I'm saying? One girl called the police because her cat was missing. Her cat was in the basement. Her mama, when they found the cat, they went next door and apologized to the Haitians. They had a couple of scattered incidents. The problem with Springfield is the number of migrants that came in at the same time. That is the only problem. And if somebody else have a problem with it that they don't want to say out loud, it's because maybe their race. That's the only two things that could be a problem. The eating the cats, the eating the dogs, the yada yada, the yada yada. That's all propaganda. Thomas says separation of church and state, religious freedoms. That's our principle. Of course. I agree 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? As far as this podcast isn't church or state. This is me creating content. And that's how people ask me a question about how I feel. I'm going to tell them. I'm not going to give them misinformation. I'm not going to tell them nothing to hurt them. Me telling you that I don't agree with abortion is not misinformation, and it's not something to hurt them. That's what I'm saying. YouTube didn't ban that word. I could say that word. I could say that I don't believe in abortion. What's wrong with that? People give opinions all the time. It is a controversial issue. I'm not trying to tell you could believe in whatever you want to. I'm supporting, and I have said it a million times. It's about context. I've said it a million times that I'm supporting a candidate who is for abortion. People in the chat getting at me for that. You see what I'm saying? So I believe in people having the freedom to choose and do what they want to do. But if you ask me how I feel, what I'm supposed to do? I can't say that word on here. Like it's a bad word. I go to YouTube channels, people on there using filthy language, dirty language, all kind of stuff. Their videos monetized, excuse me. You guys don't even hear me cussing. You see what I'm saying? So I can't tell people how I feel. That's misinformation. Come on, man. Come on. So let's see. Andre says there's a whole video, man. Like, listen, bro. Listen, that cat dog stuff, man, I'm just not really with that. Happy to meet you. How you doing? He says, I'm a Trump fan, but I respect everyone's opinions. I like that, man. I really like that, brother. I really do. Lewis says, I choose Popeyes, that fried chicken. Dustin says the baby doesn't get to choose. I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? I am inevitable, says lifestyle of self-preservation, not government dependency. I understand that. So I am inevitable. I like that comment a whole lot. So you saying, is that the reason why you supporting Trump? I'm trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Devious Chris says, because a lot of people who like Trump is because they think that he'll put more money in their pocket. So if he's a president, that means he's a part of the government. And you think he's going to put more money in your pocket? Is that government dependency? Just food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Just different ways of approaching it. Devious Chris, he's talking to Andre Hughes. He says the original poster admitted she only heard a rumor. The old lady admitted her cat returned 2 days later. That's been debunked a million times. Thomas says everyone I've seen has backtracked their claims. A million times it was debunked. Sarah Cooper says the proof is in the arrest records. Springfield town hall meeting addressing illegal immigrants. I watched the town hall meeting. I didn't hear nothing about nobody saying nothing about eating pets. I promise I didn't hear anything about anybody saying nothing about eating pets. When it first came out, I'm thinking in my mind, bro, this man is in front of 60 or 70 million people. I know he bombastic with the things he says. I understand that. But I'm thinking, guys, this man is in the middle of 60 or 70 million people, and he's making that claim. So I'm like, let me pump my brakes, bro. I'm going to go do some research. I did my own research. I seen black people, I seen white people at the town hall meetings. They were complaining, but they were I'm telling you guys, the problem is that they let too many of them in there at one time. They should have trickled them slower, or they should have had a better infrastructure to deal with the influx of that many migrants. Ms. Kelly Quinn says all that cat and dog stuff has been proven incorrect. It is dangerous for a certain group of people, and also Vance admitted it. It is dangerous. It's causing harm to that community. That's what I'm saying. If y'all want to talk about misinformation that causes harm, you see what I'm saying? If I tell you that Harris is up on Trump by a point and it's really like 15 points, there's 100,000 different polls. That's not hurting nobody. That's not causing no damage to someone. That is freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Like what YouTube's policies is when you saying stuff that hurts people, misinformation that causes damage. And what Trump and Vance is doing is they're giving misinformation that causes damage. I'm not giving misinformation by saying I don't support abortion. That's not misinformation. Did you ban the word? Go look at the policy. The policy says that you aren't supposed to talk about stuff that harms people. Ms. Kelly said the reason there's so many Haitians in Springfield is because that town was about to go under. Those people provided workers for the factories. Take a look how good the town is doing now. That's facts. So y'all just jumping on here with your stories, bro. Those stories is causing, you know how many bomb threats they got? You could say it's from people who don't live in America, but still it's causing damage to the community. That's misinformation that's harmful. That's all I'm saying. KO says, please don't shove it down our throats, though. KO, I'm not shoving it down your throats, my brother. I'm not. Listen, I only respond to people whenever they ask me the questions. You see what I'm saying? Like, well, this is a political chat, but I'm a Christian. If I read a comment that says something about Jesus, then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. And I'm going to keep moving because I'm reading the comments. You see what I'm saying? I could see if I prepare information that was about abortion. I'm doing an abortion stream. I don't do no streams like that. I don't do no streams about gay people. I don't do no streams about anything like that. I do streams on politics. But if somebody gets in the comments and they ask me, hey, Ghost, how you feel about abortion? I'm supposed, I can't, that word is banned. We can't say that on YouTube. What? When was it banned? Show me where it's banned at. Because YouTube made that policy in 2022 because of everybody came on YouTube and was talking about it and was giving out harmful information to people, telling girls about stuff about how to go have abortions that could hurt them, that wasn't good, or that's what that policy, that's what that is for. That's not saying that you can't talk about anything that you want to that's not harmful. I see YouTube channels, they use plenty of vulgarity, plenty of all kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, that's just my opinion, guys. I've been on that too long, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Mr. KO, I'm not trying to shove it down nobody's throats. You know what I'm saying? If I get 15 comments in a row where people are talking about the issue, I'm saying, what am I supposed to do? Skip over it? I think that's a valid issue. We as Americans have to choose. That's one of the main issues, women's reproductive rights. Ask the women, that's one of the main issues in this election. Immigration is a main issue. The economy is a main issue. LGBTQ rights is a main issue. I'm going to talk about main issues. Ms. Kelly says the invisible moderators of YouTube will make it disappear if it is banned. That is exactly correct. If it's banned, they'll make it disappear. You feel what I'm saying? But I read what they wrote on the content. Let's look over it real quick, guys. We're going to just go over it, right? So let's look at YouTube's policy on abortion. Content. Let's look it up. Guys, we go over it together. You know what I'm saying? We'll go over it together. Give me just a second. I'm pulling it up. So look, this is according to People. YouTube to remove videos containing misinformation about abortion. What y'all don't understand about that? That's the same thing about the election. Misinformation is what they're looking for. The platform said, this is July 22nd, 2022. The platform announced Thursday it will remove content that promotes unsafe abortion methods and misinformation. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for a person like me who's just giving his opinion. I'm just telling you my opinion because if somebody asked about it. The stream ain't even about that, man. You feel me? The stream is on the election. If I told you the election, I don't even want to say the date so they won't ban me. If I told you the election was on the wrong day, that's what they're looking for. That causes harm to someone. Because in my opinion, as a legal person, I would think, okay, if YouTube allows you to have this platform and you telling people the vote is on 2 days after the election, then those people say, hey, I watched so-and-so's channel and they told me the voting date was on this date. That hurts YouTube. Somebody could possibly try to sue YouTube because of that. Does that make sense? So it's about misinformation. If my opinion doesn't harm you besides your ego and your feelings, I'm saying that is freedom of speech. Oh, I don't like that guy. I don't like him saying that. I don't like him saying that he's a Christian. Ban him. Bruh, for real, that's a touchy issue. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. So guys, we getting towards the top of our second hour. Y'all know how I like to do, man. You guys, please, man. Y'all just in here chilling, man. I love y'all here. I love the conversation. I love it. But what I need you to do is hit that like button, man. Come on, man. Y'all go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that notification, man. Show your brother some love. So this is what we do on the Legal Wars podcast. I want to get everybody who wants to be heard. You know what I'm saying? It's about 200 people in here right now. I want your voice to be heard. So that's what I want you to do right now. Jump down in the comments. If you guys are supporting Donald Trump for president, throw them T's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are supporting Kamala for president, throw them K's in the chat, man. Let me see it, man. Come on, man. Who y'all supporting for president? I got Silver Andrews. I got Doug Worsham. How you doing, Doug? How you doing, my brother? I got Thomas says Kamala. Chris says Trump. Mr. Jerry Trump. Christian Renato Trump. James Charlie says Trump. Aloha Kitty. How are you doing? Says Kamala. Block says S. Who is that? Shane Bell says Trump. Kamita Johnson. How are you doing, Miss Kamita? She says Kamala. Queen of the Mud says Harris. Let's see. Angelo. Miss Angelo. Of course, we going to support Trump. Let's see. Cullen says Jill Stein. Wow. That is amazing. So Jones says Trump. Tony says good morning. Good morning, Mr. Tony. James says Trump. I'm trying to get everybody sock monkey, says Trump. Okay. Edward says Kamala. How are you doing, Miss Kamita? So we having a conversation today. I'm going to go ahead and get in here and get to your content. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me see who I'm going to start with. We're going to start with KG. The weirdo. He says, nice try, Diddy. We went over Diddy last night. He says he almost got us, guys. I hear you. Lonesome Cowboy says the community of illegals. I think that the policies of, like you saying it's illegal, but I think they got amnesty if you're talking about the Haitians. But I think the policies is on the ballot. So if Kamala wins, I mean, what can you say? The American people decided. The policies are on the ballot. If they vote, you can vote either way. So they're on the ballot. They'll let their voices be heard. So Thomas says Jesus would have voted for Kamala. Hey, that's a matter of opinion. So Silver Andrews says every single threat was fake. Zero. I agree with you. Oh, you mean the bomb threats? Maybe they were, but it still caused damage to the community. And I'm saying if people didn't come out and start combating that, you see what I'm saying? If people didn't come out and start combating that, because bro, he was running loose with it. He was everywhere. JD Vance at rallies. You know them Trump supporters, bro. Where my Kool-Aid at? This my poison juice, my Jim Jones juice. Y'all know what that Jim Jones juice? Drinking my Jim Jones juice. You feel me? You know them Trump supporters. Trump telling his supporters that, hey, you vote for me one more time, you'll never have to vote again. You feel me? So that's their, you know, them Trump supporters, they kind of mushy brains. So Vance out there telling everybody, every rally he go to, oh yeah, they eat the Haitians. Why it's got to be Haitians? The Haitians are eating cats and dogs. So it don't matter if the threats were credible or not. People still calling them bomb threats in. They calling bomb threats in left and right. Kids ain't going to school. That's misinformation that is harmful. You see what I'm saying? Me telling you that I'm against abortion, that's not harmful information. YouTube to ban misinformation about abortion. You see what I'm saying? So people don't like my opinion. They don't like who I'm voting for. You trying to ban me because you don't like who I'm voting for? Like, dude, come on. That's lame. And you don't have no shelf. That you got a very little bit of shelf life trying that. Very little bit of shelf life. Very little. I'm telling you, but good luck on that, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I could give my opinion freely. That's my opinion. That's not causing you harm. You see what I'm saying? If you don't like my opinion, all you got to do is hit a button and you could be gone. That's not causing you no harm. You choosing to be in here and listen to it. Now, if I'm telling you that, hey, you could go over here and this little black market doctor is doing an abortion or yada, 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 then yeah, that could cause somebody harm. But me telling you my opinion, man, I'm sorry, man. You feel me? It's a sad world. Things get sad in these days. We just go shed some tears. You know what I'm saying? I got my haters, man. They be trying to take your boy down, boy. Your boy, it's going to be rough, though. Because I'm saying you're going to have to come with the rules and the laws and the facts. And I read the rules and the laws and the facts. And there's plenty of people on YouTube who give their opinions on things. That's their opinions. If they ban the word is not banned. Misinformation is key. Let's see. Singles Q&A. I hadn't seen you in here. I just want to definitely let your voice be heard. Republicans aren't really addressing issues that impacts Americans the most. I agree with that 1,000%. I think that's the problem. They're talking about, look, guys, look how we've been on this stream for about 1 hour and 40 minutes, right? We spent about the last 20 minutes talking about misinformation. You know what I'm saying? Like I started talking about misinformation as regard to abortion because it was somebody said in the chat. You see what I'm saying? But the main point of the situation is about Trump and their misinformation. That's a good example. And it's the Trump people that's trying to get me banned. And it's Trump that's giving out misinformation that's hurting the community. He didn't want to stop. The man said he's going to Springfield. But you see how we talking about misinformation? We could just be talking about the issues. Silver Andrews says they want to downplay the Haitian culture. Most definitely. Because I ain't hear him say nobody else eating cats and dogs. I've never heard of an Haitian eating cats and dogs until I heard that about Trump. Andre Hughes says, you kept talking about these illegals saving the town. I didn't say that. But I'm saying, how would 15,000 or however many Haitians get to Springfield, Ohio, if they weren't invited in? That's my question for you. And they're there legally now. Answer that question, sir, please. Colin Bass says, Trump, Vance, Harris, Walks, all of them ain't ish. Jesus Christ got my vote because the candidate is setting us up for failure. So look, you want me not to respond? They want me not to respond to that, Cullen, though. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to control my speech because I'm a Christian and I'm going to support Jesus Christ. What's wrong with that? You feel me? The people who come in this chat, most of these people in here, Thomas, I hadn't seen Andre before. Miss Kamita, Miss Kelly, Dustin, all these people, they've been in here all the time. When they come in here, they know what we're talking about. They know who I am. They know what I stand for. They are choosing to come in the stream. You see what I'm saying? They're not being harmed by it. Are you going to choose to come into something that's harming you or misinformation? An opinion is not misinformation. If I say I don't like black anymore, I'm not going to wear black anymore, that might be harmful to, but that's an opinion. If I say I'm not for abortion, that's an opinion. How is that harmful to you? It's not misinformation. YouTube is looking for harmful misinformation, not opinions. Okay? So if we get that out the way, so we got that clear. We understand that, right? We understand that. Jonathan Bender says, I'm saying that the real argument with abortion is if it's murder, everything else is secondary. That's his opinion. You feel me? That's his opinion. Everybody is entitled. That's what free speech means, that you can have your opinion. Kelly says, I'm convinced, and I said that, and I stand by it. You feel what I'm saying? That's an opinion. I agree with that, Miss Kelly. That's an opinion, man. People are entitled to have their opinions, right? That's my opinion. Jonathan says that he believes what he believes. He believes that abortion is murder. That's his opinion. How you gonna ban somebody's opinion? That's not harmful. That's not misinformation. That's that man. That's how that man feel. For the people who feel that a woman should have free, that's their opinion too. If I come on here and say that all women should be free to do whatever they want to do, freedom with their bodies, that's my opinion. Am I right or wrong? It's an opinion. It's not harmful or misinformation. If you disagree, you just disagree. Tell me where I'm wrong. Silver Andrew says, Andrew Hughes, right? It's like CNN told me the Haitians came to Americas to save us. I don't think CNN said that. Bro, listen, do you understand? Listen, I ain't trying to skip nobody's comment. I don't want you guys thinking that I'm skipping your comment. This is what I want to ask you guys though. Christian Burgess, how you doing, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Thomas W., how you doing? So this is the question I want to ask you guys, right? Y'all saying that CNN said that the Haitians came to save America. Do you guys know that before the Haitian government collapsed, that Haiti was the poorest country? If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to get the misinformation police, but if I'm not mistaken, Haiti was like the poorest country in the entire world. And then their government collapsed. So America has helped plenty of nations in those situations. So I think if anybody should be allowed to come to America in a certain amount of groups, I think the human rights groups were pushing Haitians into America. There's people starving, bro. It's like they dying. It's like those gangs in the country are warring. Like that's what y'all listen to me. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm gonna give you some facts. That you talking about border czar, that's what Biden appointed Harris to do, not to be the border czar. Biden appointed Harris to do a study and research on what is causing the migration of people, of immigrants into America. That's what he appointed her to do, a study and a research, not to be a border czar. You see what I'm saying? And if we study and research why Haitians, their government collapsed, so I could say, yeah, it's not my problem. I don't want those people in my house, my backyard. You see what I'm saying? But the American government for decades have helped countries in this situation. What makes the Haitians different? That's my question. I'm not talking about race. I'm not race baiting, but what makes Haitian different? They're really our neighbors. Am I right or wrong? Guys, y'all in here, y'all enjoying this conversation. We having a great conversation this morning. I want to say welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. Drill, baby, drill, and support renewable energy at the same time. It's a balance like former President Obama said. But I invite you guys, man, to show your brother some love. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, man. Let's get down to it. I'm looking for some of my regulars in here so I could read you guys' comments. Miss Christie, I've never seen you in here. She said if she only did a study, where's the proof? What you mean? Where's the proof of the study? I don't think she did the study for the American people. I think the study was done for President Biden. You see what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, you could go back and find that on YouTube. You could go back and watch that, though. So CMDR, Scotty says, we don't have enough jobs for high school or less immigration thanks to automation. I agree with that, too. That's what I'm saying. I think the immigration should be curbed. They should only allow, that's my opinion. I agree with that too. That's my opinion. I just agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving out any misinformation, but that is harmful. But I agree that the immigrant, if you're gonna help people in, that's what I told you guys. It's the influx of people. It's the number of people that they allowed in the country at one time. It's like you can't open the gates and let everybody in. But I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with allowing people to come in the country, even if you're giving them amnesty, even if you need some workers. But there's a process that you should go about doing that besides just opening up the gates and says, hey, everybody come in. You don't know who's coming into the country. So Trump is right on a lot of those points. Thomas says law and morality are two completely different things, Thomas. You could be completely immoral and obey the law. If you have a law that allows you to go up to somebody and just cop back and whack up, slap the taste buds, spit out their mouth. If the law allows you to listen in San Francisco, I don't want to get no misinformation. They want to ban me. Somebody from San Francisco, they'll get mad. You know what I'm saying? Got the crybaby police these days. Look at the people in San Francisco. You see what I'm saying? Like people allowed to go in the stores, they're not allowed, but if they go steal a certain amount of stuff, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to be put in jail. They're not going to jail. That's what I'm talking about. What's up with that? Let's talk about that. You know, if you go in that store and you take something and you didn't buy nothing, that's immoral. But if the law allows them to do it, you know what I'm saying? Thomas W., that was a great comment, sir. Sister for the Truth says her job was the border. Don't try to church it up. It was plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? So Delroy Scott, he says, however, calling abortion murder tends to label people as murderers, which can lead to harm. I don't know, that is completely incorrect. He's not calling nobody murderers. I never said that. You feel me? First of all, I said I'm not against it. And I explain why I'm against it. So we could look for stuff, like we could try to search for stuff, because if you got to do that, you got to do that on every single YouTube channel. You can't just come to mine like nitpicking. That's not what it said. It said misinformation. I didn't say people who have abortions are murderers. You ain't never hear me say that. That man said that. I'm reading comments. That's how he feels. He feels that abortion is murder. I didn't hear him say that about anybody. He didn't say that, oh, this girl who has an abortion is a murder. He didn't say that. He didn't say nothing about that. All he said is that he feels that abortion is murder. That man is just like you feel that it's not, he feel it does. Y'all both have your opinions. If you entitled to his opinion, you can't get mad and try to shut him up because he's saying his opinion. All you got to do is hop to a different chat. It's simple. Now, if I'm telling you what this says, YouTube is gonna listen. YouTube is purging its site of misinformation about abortion following the Supreme Court decision last month to overturn Roe versus Wade. On Thursday, the Google-owned company announced it will be removing all misleading videos about abortion. What y'all don't understand about that? Including those that promote unsafe abortion methods and misinformation about abortion safety. I ain't never talked about where you go to get an abortion or how you get an abortion or a doctor giving an abortion. I ain't talking about that. Somebody jump in the comments and they say, hey, they're against abortion. I said I am too, but I'm supporting a candidate who's for it. So how can I think people that's for abortion, like, come on, man, that's not misinformation. That's not harmful to nobody. Nice try to all my haters, though, but that's not going to fly. That's not what the policy says. The policy is talking about misinformation that leads to harm. I'm going to say this one more time, and then we're going to get back to drilling. I'm going to stop addressing this. I'm going to say this one more time. That's the same thing if I told you that the voting date is 2 days later than what it really is. So somebody watching my channel, and we talking about the election and the day the election is held on. So the election is held on day A. That's what I'm telling you. But it's really 2 days later on day D. You feel what I'm saying? So say you go up there to vote, and you couldn't vote because you was harmed. There was harm. There was harm in the misinformation. Because somebody could turn around and they probably could sue YouTube, or they could come after YouTube for that misinformation. So YouTube don't want to give you misinformation that harms somebody. Last time I'm saying it, me saying my opinion, there's Christians who have, they stream on YouTube. Preachers stream on YouTube. And there's plenty of preachers who talk they'll get down into it, call it murder and everything. That's not misinformation. That's not misinformation. Nice try, though. Faith Rudd said it's exaggerated. Hold up, I hear something about Jennifer Hudson's story. Dustin says, does anyone know the Trump-Jennifer Hudson story? No, Dustin, please put that in the comments. Sarah Cooper says, do you think the immigration process needs reform? 2,000, 100 million, trillion%. Complete reform of the immigration. Sarah, it needs a complete reform. Complete. I'm going to build a wall and I'm going to make Mexico pay for it. Ain't that what your boy said? I'm just saying, ain't that what he said? It needs a complete reform. That's my opinion. Because I feel like it's harming our communities. That's not misinformation. That's my opinion. The opinion crybaby police. That's my opinion. The opinion don't want to hear your opinion. Listen, I feel like Donald Trump has us like all crybabies. All his supporters are straight crybabies. Oh, they cheated. Oh, they're out to get me. Oh, he said something that I don't like. Oh, I don't like that guy. That's misinformation. Crybaby police, bruh. If you don't want to hear it, go get some earplugs or go somewhere else. If you want to be an adult and have a discussion, because I'm not giving no information that's harmful to nobody. Not me. But if I'm reading the comments, that's what this podcast is about. We talk back and forth, back and forth. I'm in the comment section. That's what I do. So if I'm in the comment section and somebody has an opinion and I read their opinion and you ask me my opinion and I told you my opinion, I don't support abortion. I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-life. I'm sorry. I think a woman's choice is before she is being promiscuous. Once she start being promiscuous or whatever happened in the case of incest, in the case of rape, you know what I'm saying? That's completely different situation. Completely different. If you want to talk about the doctors, like I don't agree. Like while I'm saying that I'm pro-life, I don't agree with a doctor not helping someone who is dying because they had an abortion in a different state. I'm completely against that. Those are my opinions. You feel what I'm saying? Andrew Hughes said, look at Kamala's state, man. You can't hate on California. That'd be like one of the worst things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever state you from, my brother, I guarantee you it can't compare to California. That being said, man, we on the top of the third hour of the stream, man. We've been talking so much. The second hour, I'm sorry, man. We've been talking so much, you know what I'm saying, about, let's get back to the conversation. So we're talking about hydraulic fracking, you know what I'm saying, or fracturing. You guys, how y'all feel about fracking? You think we should drill? How you feel about VP Harris' position on fracking? You know what I'm saying? Shale gas is predominantly methane. which used for generating electricity, heating homes, and cooking. It involves drilling into earth and directly a high-pressure mixture of water, sand, and chemicals at rock layer to release the gases inside. Fracking has significantly increased domestic oil and natural gas production. Between 2007 and 2016, the United States oil production grew 75%, and natural gas production grew 39%, according to the Independent Petroleum Association of America. So what makes fracking bad? So they say what makes fracking bad is that there's myths and misconceptions that it heats the earth. So it causes earthquakes, like in Oklahoma. They say when you frack, you got to use huge amounts of water, right? That must be transported to the site at a significant environmental cost. Also, it produces 30 to 100% more methane emissions than traditional natural gas wells, and they're saying that it has an adverse effect, on the workers who's actually doing the fracking. What you guys think about fracking? What you guys think about drilling overall? You know what I'm saying? You think we should drill, baby, drill. You think that drilling helps the economy. You think that drilling hurts our earth, or hurts our planet. I want to hear your thoughts. We having a debate, guys. Y'all know how I go. Get down in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Which candidate supports fracking? Both Trump and VP Harris said they support fracking, right? We know this story. Generally, people think Democrats don't support fracking, which is untrue. So it appears 5 years ago, Kamala Harris made some comments that were in support of fracking, notably in a Democratic presidential town hall hosted on CNN on September 4th, 2019. So in the presidential debate, Donald Trump said, and I quote, he brought that up in this debate, fracking, she's been against it for 12 years. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania would end on day one. Do you guys believe that if VP Harris won the election, she will put an end to fracking? Get down in the comments and let me know. Oil will be dead. This is Trump still. Fossil fuel will be dead. Trump also said banning fracking would put tens of thousands of Pennsylvanians out of work, and utility bills will go skyrocketing. Do you guys agree with that? Trump says, well, VP Harris responded to him in the debate after he says this, I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as the vice president of the United States. That's what she said. Man, I want to jump down in the comments. I'm only right now responding to people who's talking about fracking and about Harris, you know what I'm saying? And the controversy of Trump saying that she's going to ban fracking. So let's see. Let me see. Okay, Miss Quinn. Of course, she's going to have the best comment. She says, what about all that oil that comes out of the machines that's getting put in the earth? What about the people who have lost their homes because they don't own their mineral rights? You see what I'm saying? That is great, excellent content. That's a great response, Miss Quinn. You see what I'm saying? That's what the conversation is. Like, it's a balance. It's a debate. Should we drill or should we worry about the earth? You know what I'm saying? So on the controversy about fracking, so let's look at VP Harris on fracking, okay? In 2020, while debating Mike Pence, VP Harris said Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That's when she was Joe Biden's vice president. What is VP Harris's record on fracking? Let's look at it. Harris cast the decisive tie-breaking vote on the IRA on August the 7th, 2022 in the Senate. That vote allowed the IRA a requirement to lease public lands for oil and gas drilling. This opened new leases for fracking, she claimed through the debate. So we see VP's record on fracking. We see her record. She had to vote. And she cast a tie-breaking vote to allow it. You see what I'm saying? She has a record on it. She said she won't ban it. She got a record on it. Y'all said what she did as vice president. Hey, let me stop real quick. I want you guys said, what did VP Harris do as vice president? Here's something she did. Harris cast the decisive tie-breaking vote on the IRA on August 7, 2022 in the Senate. That vote allowed the IRA requirement to lease public lands for oil and gas drilling. This opened new leases for fracking, she claimed during the debate. On a CNN interview with Dana Bash, a lot of you guys know about this interview that was held on August 29th, VP Harris went on to say, what I have seen is that we can grow and we can increase a thriving clean energy economy without banning fracking. Will she ban fracking, guys? That's the question. Will she ban fracking? How you guys feel about fracking? That's the debate. I know a lot of us have already had this conversation. We're going to get back to that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I usually try to take about 10, 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Go over the topic of the chat. We just switch it up every day. You know what I'm saying? How you guys feel about the fracking? That's my question. You think we should drill, baby, drill and say, oh, that hurting the earth, that's a hoax, it's not real? Do you think that's what we should do? Or do you think that we should worry about protecting the earth, the environment, and then get green energy? Or do you think we should do both and wean ourselves off? What you guys think? So I'm going to jump back down in the comments for a second, see what you guys are talking about. So Miss Kelly Quinn says that perspective is most excellent, brought a tear to my eyes. So I'm going to see what she said, what Mr. Thomas said. Mr. Thomas says, Andre, do you know that America is part of the earth with Android? So Thomas says the Bible says not to worship false prophets and obtain the golden bull. Trump literally has statues of himself. Not only does he have statues of himself, like he was going around selling the Bible. But we had those conversations a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got that Kool-Aid. Mr. Kool-Aid, man, drinking that Jim Jones juice. Thomas, bro, a lot of these people, man, that support Trump, it don't matter what that man do, bro. They just think I am the chosen one. Y'all remember he said that? They think he chosen, man. Like that man could go out there and get 34 felonies, say whatever he want to, they still gonna support him. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a stream on Diddy last night. You know what I'm saying? Like my opinion is that Diddy should have got charged with state charges, not federal charges for the crimes that he committed. The feds might know something that we don't know. Obviously they do. You see what I'm saying? People might take that as supporting Diddy, even though I'm not supporting Diddy. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, though, that blind allegiance that you have for somebody to where you're trying to equate this man with God. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Sarah Cooper says, I don't think Jesus would have bowed to the system as we have. He bowed to no man, then I thought he'd do it now. I think she's meant to say doubt. You are absolutely right. 1,000%. Rebecca Garcia says, this is not ours. It belongs to our Heavenly Fathers. James says, Trump 2024. Andre says, worry about the earth later. America always fixes it later. I agree. Carmita says the earth too. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, that's a great conversation, bro. That's a great debate. Should we worry about the earth? You know what I'm saying? Or should we drill? You know, y'all got to remember, though, that drilling, you get a lot of jobs with that drilling. You guys make a lot of money with that drilling. So Fish Money says she probably won't. Democrats tend to be a lot more pragmatic. You know what I'm saying? That's a real good. So pragmatic, Fish Money, is what you're saying that, you know what I'm saying, they basically in the middle. And that's why, or they think like they could go to the middle. Democrats could run to the middle quicker than the Republicans. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what you mean. And that's why I support a lot of Democrats. You see what I'm saying? Because to me, like, we do need to worry about saving. Look, I'm going to tell, because Carmita, I want you to hear this. This is what Obama said in 2013 in his State of the Union. And I think this I feel the exact same way. I think this is the most common sense way to say this. Okay, after years of talking about it, we are finally poised to control our own energy future. We produce more oil at home than we have in 15 years. We have doubled the distance our cars can go on a gallon of gas, and the amount of renewable energy we generate from sources like wind and solar, with tens of thousands of good American jobs to show for it. We produce more natural gas than ever, and nearly everyone's energy bill is lower because of it. I agree with that. I think it's a big bless up Kev. He says I can't vote for multiple felon. Hey, look, I think it should be for the love of money is the root of all evil. That is so true, Miss Quinn. But like it's like we allowing people to have jobs. We're allowing people to better themselves. That is the goal. I don't think it's about a love of money. You know what I'm saying? But listen, this is what I'm saying. This is what I feel like. I feel like it should be a balance. Because can we run America? We don't have enough cars for everyone to drive electric cars, do we? So you got to get fuel from somewhere. It's way more cars with fuel than electric money. I'm electric money than electric cars, right? So we got to drill, or we got to buy it from overseas. Like we don't have enough wind power, solar panels to power our country, right? So I think it's a balance. I think we still drill, and I think we slowly work our way to becoming green. That's what Obama was trying to do. I agree with that 1,000%. Kelly says, I think Kamala will find a good middle ground with fracking. I believe that. I agree with the ghost and also the issue that we do with all the batteries. Extreme is never good. You know what I'm saying? 1,000%. Paul, my boy Paul, what's cracking, my boy Paul? He said, Paul Sauce says, I'll let Biden say it. Kamala, you ain't black. We love you. Janet Jackson. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up. Fix the earth later. We'll be lucky if we could save it now. I think Miss Quinn is correct. Listen, while we are drilling and while we try to get the oil, I think it should be a complete balance. We should have a balance. We should drill and attempt to get the oil, but at the same time, we should be working for our future, and our future is to go green, renewable energy. I think if you have the right balance with renewable energy and the drilling, I think together you can grow the economy and you could be very, very successful. Miss Kamita Johnson says, I'm listening. Bless up Kev says Trump stuck with JD Vance now. Man, how many of you guys ready for that debate? Let's talk about the debate. We did that yesterday, last night. You know what I'm saying? Who you guys got between Vance, you know what I'm saying, and your boy Walls? Y'all think Walls gonna walk the dog on Vance in that debate? You know what I'm saying? Guys, welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. We in hour number 2. I thank all of you guys for being here, showing us support. I ask that you show your brother some love. If you hadn't already hit that like button, man, hit that like button, man. Hit the subscribe button, man, the notification bell, you know what I'm saying? Come jump in the chat, man, and let your voice be heard. Jay said 34 felonies is why I'm voting for Trump. What you mean by that, Jay? You think that they getting over on Trump? I'm just trying to figure out what you mean 34 felonies why you vote for. So Coyote Joe says, laugh out loud. No, we don't. You guys know about the rotation of the earth right now, right? And they were 2,000 years behind for their pole shift. So I believe that he's very concerned. Coyote Joe is very concerned about the earth, you know what I'm saying, and about the environment. It's nothing wrong with that. I think it should be a good balance between the two. So Delroy Scott says, do both. They had to be balanced, and we couldn't wait until we run out of fossil fuels or until we ruin the earth beyond repair. Delroy Scott, I agree with you 1,000%, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So Vance Poole says, there is a clean energy dude. There's nothing wrong with that. Christian Bridges, he got a wedding ring and a bunch of emojis. Tony Riviere says Harris gonna say anything to win. People say that about Trump too. I think that's a matter of opinion. You know what I'm saying? But she did make the top breaking vote to allow them to use the land of front. Thomas W says we could also get a lot of jobs upgrading our infrastructure to allow for renewable energies. I agree with that too. This is what I'm saying to all your Trump supporters. This is the thing that I have though. The Trump supporters are so quick to want to cut taxes. You want to cut taxes. So this is a conversation we're talking about cutting taxes. Thomas W., put it in the chat, my brother. Who you voting for? Who you voting for, Thomas W.? You voting for Trump, you know what I'm saying, or you voting for Harris? Because you say if you voting for Trump, Aloha Kitty says Vince likes to spread rumors. That's true. Because Thomas W., if you voting for Trump, my point is this. You know what I'm saying? He said he voting for Harris. Okay, I can't say nothing to him. Because if you vote for Trump, how you going, like, you know, you want to upgrade the infrastructure. There's a lot of things that we want to do. But if you vote for Trump and you cutting taxes, how you going to do this? How you going to switch to renewable energy? It takes money to do that. Am I correct or not? So you cutting taxes, though. You want to cut taxes. How are we going to be? That's what I'm saying. Make it make sense, y'all. Fred Dorsey says, you guys are too young to remember the pollution of the 60s and early 70s. I remember that, Dorsey. That's why I think we should have a balance. You know what I'm saying? A fair balance. Pig Daddy says Star Wars reference, not at all surprised. Life is about absolutes, like it or not. I'm not sure what he means about that. Vance Poole says the offshore drilling rigs provide artificial reefs. Yes, they do. Tony Rivera says Harris loves to tax you. That is incorrect, Tony. You got to show proof of that if you're going to say it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, look, you're entitled to your opinion. Like, I'm not an opinion basher, but I'm saying show proof for that. James Charlie says, I can't vote for a human trafficker. Oh, he's saying Trump is a trafficker. I have to say that. I have to say that too. Even though we heard a lot of bad things about Trump, I'm going to say, if you saying he a human trafficker, I'm going to need to see the proof. Just show me the proof. That's all I'm saying. So let's see. Thomas W. says, dude thinks clean fossil fuels is filtering oil and washing coal. I mean, I never said that. Fred Dorsey says, bring back 55 miles per hour. Slow it down. Slow it down. Blessed Kev says, I could not run for president if I had one felony. I know that. Shaking my head. None of us could. And I'm saying if he don't win, Dustin Willis says, but with Kamala, a multiple times felon could vote for you. I'm not sure what you mean by that, sir. Trump 2024 Save America says, shut down the government. See, listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. If the Republicans shut down the government, they probably going to lose Congress. I'm telling you. Because them seats that the likely lean seats, I did a stream on this. The likely lean seats and the likely and the lean seats and the seats that they have to win. I think they need like 14 seats, if I'm not mistaken. 10 out of 14 seats, something like that. Bruh, Pelosi came out and said that she's making an active effort to win Congress. Active effort. So that's just my opinion. You shut down the government, it's going to cost the Republican Party something. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Coyote Joe says offshore drilling is sufficient. Shooting stuff into the earth is not the best way to do it. Even though they're doing it in areas where we don't do agriculture, there's still plates and volcanoes. That's true. That is very true. It's like you heating up the earth. And then whenever that water, you got to get a bunch of water, put it in the earth. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Andre Hughes says, what's wrong with a felony? A felony is about your character. It just shows your character. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could make a mistake. Anybody could make a mistake and they could reform their life. But you know what I'm saying? Like the felonies he got right now, that just shows his character. CMDR Scott says we are gonna go nuclear, support AI development. Why you say that, sir? You know what I'm saying? Trump 2024, Save America. That comment you said about VP Harris, I'm not going to read that. You know what I'm saying? I think that is harmful and misinformation. You know what I'm saying? Heather Nicole, you think Kamala will help the economy? 1,000,000,000%. You want me to tell you, Heather Nicole, are you in here? Let me tell you why. I'm going to give you a $50,000 tax break if you want to go start a business. You know what I'm saying? I've went over this 1,000 times, a lot of times, man. A 50% tax break if you want to go start a business. So think about all the people who are saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? I've been wanting to start a business. I got a family, 4 kids. I'm making good money, real good money, but I don't want to quit my job. Oh, I'm going to get a 50, that's a PPP loan. It's going to be businesses popping up everywhere. People leaving jobs to start businesses who've been waiting to start business, and then people going to feel there are going to be a lot of good jobs that's going to be open. That's number one. So, Miss Heather, you got children? She want to bring back them Joe Biden tax cuts for people with children. I think they gave you how much money per child you had, or you could have got that $400 a month. She want to bring that back. Also, if you have a newborn within the first year, she wants to give you $6,000 tax cut if you have a newborn within the first 12 months. If you want to go buy a house, she want to give you $25,000 tax cut to buy a house. Where are we going to get the money from? Raise the capital gains tax from 20% to 28%. I think they say over 10 years, I think they say that's going to make about a 1.9 trillion. Don't misquote me now. Misinformation police. Nah. Then we're going to have to start doing the crybaby stuff now. Let me stop. You see what I'm saying? So that's how she going to pay for it. It's by the billionaire minimum tax. It's not going to hurt us at all. But she wants to offer, it's called an opportunity economy. She's saying that today, no one is living the American dream anymore. So she wants to offer that for us, the American dream, to be fulfilled. Opportunity economy. So Heather Nicole, I think it will help the economy. I really do. Jonathan Bittenberg says, ultimately, we need to lean on nuclear. Thomas diesel engines can really run clean. Mr. Bentender, I have not looked over that, so I can't really comment on that. Thank you for your comment, though. Kellen Bass says, bro, Obama not on the ballot anymore. And I'm not about to make the same mistake again, voting for symbolism and being broke. Cullen Bass, if you are saying, listen, y'all make this make sense. So, Cullen, if you are voting for a Republican, right? Republicans preach personal responsibility. So, a Republican should never say a president is why they're broke. Because you're preaching in your heart and your mind. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Mr. Bass, tell me if I'm wrong, my brother. Tell me if I'm wrong. You preaching personal responsibility. Is that right or wrong? You preaching not to depend on the government. That's the whole government of the Republican motto. So if you're a Republican, you should never think that the government, whoever the president or whoever's in the government should have anything to do with you making money or not. That's what I'm saying. Or how much money you make or not. Because you don't believe in government, you don't believe in that. You believe in personal responsibility, right? I'm just saying, if you're a Republican, help me out. Tell me how I'm wrong now. Thomas W. says, anyone affected by the laws of the land should be allowed to vote on those laws. That's what we're doing right now, Thomas. Letting our voices be heard. We the people. We the people, man. Put it in the chat. We the people. Miss Kelly says, I think Kamala will find a good middle ground with fracking. I think so, too. So let's go down. I'm going to scroll down, guys. I'm not trying to skip anyone, but let me see where I'm going to start. I'm going to start right there. Bless up Kev says, time them losses cool. Tigress says, government shuts down every week in federal holidays. Echad says, stolen valor. You need to sit this one out. Jones says, oil is renewable energy, not a fossil fuel. Thomas W. says, nah, man, a felony doesn't speak to someone's character, see morality and law. That is true. But it depends on, in a certain way, Mr. Thomas, I believe it could speak to someone's character. It depends on what the felony is for. Kevin says she wants to tax imaginary profits. Sean says, grow hemp, make fuel from hemp. Coyote Joe says, guys, there are 3 qualifiers for being president, born in America, resident 10 years, over 35 in age. Thomas says, so why didn't he make things better, Viper? Diarian says, I don't care what color Harris is, I'm judging her by her character. I think that's what we all should do. Kelly Quinn says, Tom, please stop spamming. I'm going to put you in timeout. Kelly, baby, do what you got to do. Stephen Freeman says, grow hemp, make fuel from hemp. Let's see. Jones says he thinks truth is misinformation. My brother, I could think what I want to think. This is my head. This is my brain. This is my life. You feel me? If I walk outside, like I said, and I go across the street to my neighbor and I go, fire, slap the fire out their mouth, slap the spit out their mouth. You feel what? You feel me? Who got to pay for that? I got to pay for that. You ain't got to pay for that. I could think what I want to think. This is my head. This is my brain. This is my life. This is my choice. It's called free will. You don't have to believe in free will. Like, you know what I'm saying? The country, like the world is moving away from that. They want a dictator. They want somebody, I am the chosen one. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm saying in the normal circumstances, free will, bro. Like, I can't believe what I want to. So Andre says, so you support the government spending on sex changes? No, I do not. You know, if I said I'm a Christian, you know I'm not going to support that. Censor for the Truth says anybody can make a mistake except Trump. He just showing his character. Man, Trump can make them. Everybody made mistakes, man. Ain't nobody above making mistakes. I made mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Trump made mistakes too, but we knew his character before he even was elected, right? Censor for the Truth said, Steve Smith says in Torn, Viper 83, he did where were you? Dustin Willis says, I'm glad Trump doesn't do accents and pander to each race. Like, listen, if you want to say so, but Trump not too racist. Trump is only white. So why would he make accents and pander to anybody else? Saying that Kamala does that anyway. But I'm saying Trump is only white. If he was white and black, you know what I'm saying, like Drake. I mean, Drake is a Jew, isn't he? Or he partial Jew, isn't he? And he is black too, isn't he? So he both of them at one time. And I don't think you could really understand that unless you're a mixed race person. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong at. Let's see. Thomas W. say, ask not what you can do for your country. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think he kind of put that all the way in there. What's wrong with doing stuff for your country, man? It ain't nothing wrong with doing nothing for your country. Jonathan B. says, Thomas, there's definitely a strong correlation between the two. Andre Hughes says, you won't need a tax break if we get Trump back. Why you say that, Andre? He gonna give you a $1,500 check. Steve Smith says in a snake talk, Kevin McCurley says Waltz had his cops shooting civilians with paintballs. Man, stop that. I'm saying if you guys come up in here and y'all saying this happened, A, B, C happened, I'm gonna want you guys to put them links in the chat. I want you guys to show me that. Carmita Johnson says exactly. Andre says I had savings to start a business when Trump was in office. I hear you, but a $50,000 tax break, I mean, you really won't need no savings if you got a good enough. Well, I mean, I guess you will need one to get it cracking, but if you get a good enough concept, you can make that work. Jay Yo says, so 300 million people don't start businesses. What you mean? It ain't nothing wrong with 300 million people starting businesses, is it, if they profitable? Because if they not profitable, it's going that problem will take care of itself. Tell me where I'm wrong, my brother. Christian Bridges says space. Coyote Joe says when she was district attorney of San Francisco, her record was the worst, and it had a literal come out and bail her out. I mean, she couldn't run the basic state. You want to give her the whole country. It wasn't her job to run the state, sir. She was a governor. She wasn't a president. Andre Hughes says, I was investing in the stock market when Trump was in office. Yes, I know this. Chaz said Trump's tax breaks are smoke and mirrors. You hear me? Smoke and mirrors. What about the tariffs? Can we talk about the tariffs? What y'all think about the Trump tariffs? You know what I'm saying? Because Harris said that's like a $4,000 tax on the taxpayer. Each taxpayer, the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that? Get down in the comments and let me know. You know what I'm saying, guys? Guys, we got probably roughly about 1 more hour, man, to be streaming. You know what I'm saying? I want to welcome y'all newcomers to the Legal Wars podcast. We having a candid conversation about the election. If you guys are in here, I ask that you guys please hit that like button and show your brother some love. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. But most importantly, man, jump down in the comments, you know what I'm saying, and let your guys' voices be heard. So, guys, y'all already know what time it is. Miss Teresa Harrell, I want to say hello to you and welcome back. You know what I'm saying, guys? Y'all know what your time it is, man. I see Richie Rich. Y'all know what time it is. Jason Pierce, y'all let y'all voices be heard. Y'all know what time it is. If you got Trump, go and throw them T's in the chat. Freddie Dorsey, throw them T's in the chat. Hey, Miss Teresa, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good morning. You guys know what time it is. Thomas said he voting for Harris. Richie said he voted for Trump. If you voting for Trump, throw your T in the chat. Teresa says she voting for Kamala. JOP says Trump. Viper says Trump. J-Dog says Trump. Gina says Trump. Richie Rich says Trump. Mike Mack says Trump. Andre Hughes says Trump. It's Just Yang says Trump. Allison says Trump. Freddie says Trump. Dorman says Harry. Dustin says Trump. Joseph says MAGA. T47. Miss Teresa Harrell, of course, says Kamala. Johnny P says Trump. Mojo says Trump. Jason Lee says Trump. Jason, you voting for Trump? I can't believe that. How you doing, Mr. Jason Lee? Christy says Trump. Bill says Trump. CMDR says Trump for economics and immigration policy. Annette says Trump. Scotty says Trump. You see what I be going through, y'all? I'm voting for Harris. Y'all see what I go through. Jonathan says Trizzy. You hear me? He gave that boy a name. Trizzy 2024. Dale says Trump. JOP says 90% of the world says Trump. You hear me? Johnny P says, tell me the source. SS says Harris. Simon says Trump. Colin Buss says Trump gang or don't bang. Bro, they deep in here, bro. They hardcore. Mojo's Trump. Best president ever. But I'm not all bots. Gary Wiley says Trump. You feel me? Delroy Scott, what you saying, my brother? I can't believe the people believe him when he says the tariffs won't affect him. Delroy, thank you. Thank you. I think it's proof that those tariffs are like a tax. You see what I'm saying? Listen, Trump raised war on China, an economic war. Y'all tell me, I'm down all the way in the comments at the bottom. Y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong. He raised economic war on. Now listen, yeah, Johnny P, it's not all bots, bro. Definitely not. Listen, but it's bots in everybody's chat, so I ain't really worried about it. Gary Wiley says, why are you voting for Kamala? Give me a second, my brother. I'm going to tell you. But listen, I want to say this real quick. So Trump waged the economic war on China. When he did that, that's when I first started hearing about tariffs. In that situation alone, I can't hate on him. That's where that I am the chosen one, that's where that came from. You see what I'm saying? Because he's saying that plenty of administrations have been trying to deal with China, get tough on China. They didn't and they failed. So Trump said he steps up to do it. He put tariffs on him. It was very unpopular, but look at China's economy right now. People don't never talk about this. I don't never hear about that. That darn near crippled their economy. It hurt their economy harshly. You see what I'm saying? Nobody never talks about that, though. Why don't people talk about that? What Trump did with China. But tariffs outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Because what ended up happening is all of the money that he got from the tariffs, he had to give it to the farmers because the tariffs hurt the farmers. Tell me why I'm lying. The tariffs hurt the farmers. It hurt them. Trade war. China said, well, hey, this stuff getting that expensive, we just ain't gonna buy it. You know who suffered? The farmers. Am I lying or not? So all the money he got from the tariffs, he almost had to give all of that to the farmers. He didn't get nothing. So if he's supporting tariffs, those are putting a $4,000 tax on America. Now, Gary Wiley, I'm at your comment, my brother. Thank you for coming. I've never seen you in here before. I ask that you please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Mr. Gary, thank you for asking. He said, why am I supporting Harris? Because of one of the reasons, biggest reasons is what I just said. You're going to impose a tariff on the American people, and at the same time, you're going to give your billionaire rich buddies a tax cut. But you putting the tax, you taxing us, though. You taxing us, and you giving your buddies a tax cut. That's reverse. Harris said, nah, we're going to give all the stuff to the people, and we're going to go get the rich dudes. You feel me? You feel me? So, y'all, Miss Kelly Quinn says, what you said, Kelly? I'm sorry. Does everyone in this chat know who Dr. Brandy Lee is? So Kelly's asking you guys if y'all know who Dr. Brandy Lee is. I would please ask you guys to answer Kelly if y'all know who Brandy Lee is. You know what I'm saying? Kelly, you could just tell me what you want to say. So MJB says 90% of the world is laughing at Trump being a legit choice. I mean, I hear that, but then a lot of people say 90% of the world is supporting Trump. So I think that could go both ways. You know what I'm saying? Dale Lanter says tier tax makes everyone play fair. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I think I agree with the sentiment. I think I understand what you're trying to say. Dustin Willis, you sit down to pee to vote for Kamala. Mr. Willis, I disagree with you 1,000%. I think we should support women, man. We should believe in progress. Am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? Thomas W. said by reading policies, Carlos. Johnny P. says definitely not all bots. We know that. KRB, Trump 2024 is a bot. Is a bot. Jonathan says, thank you. I could drop you my Discord name if you really want to have a real conversation. Go and put it in the chat, Jonathan. We can. As a matter of fact, Jonathan, if you want to, man, we could set up a date. We doing the stream where I'll include you on the entire it'd be me and you, bro. We could just do the whole stream together. You just tell me the topic. We're going to have a conversation. We start getting on the conversation. Well, as people come in the chat, like we'll both just answer. Two-sided stream. I've been waiting to do that. You know what I'm saying? Wait, if Kelly, if you want to do it too, y'all just tell me the day y'all want to do it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have the time, you know what I'm saying? You could do it right here on your cell phone. It's real easy. YouTube will send you the invitation, and we can have the conversation. Very interactive, bro. I love hearing what people want to say and think. Jonathan, I hope you hit that notification bell and that subscribe button because I need you in this chat, my boy, for real. Drop your Discord name. Thomas W. says, you got... okay, my boy. Dusty, why you so dusty? Thomas, why you coming in here taking on people, man? Thomas in here janking on people, man. Freddie says Chinese moved to China. You gotta have proof of that, sir. So Chinese moving everywhere, ain't they? Andre says, how much does Kamala pay you to speak on her behalf? I had to sing it, man. Like y'all always saying that she paying me, man. She's not paying me. YouTube paying me. You feel? I did a channel like everyone else did. Like everyone else did. Ain't nothing different than nobody else doing the channel. Okay? Last night, we talked about P. Diddy. So I'm a paralegal who owns a business, freelance, okay? So we talked about law last night. The election gonna be over sometime in November, right? The president gonna be elected, right? And we're not gonna have this much interest in the conversations. Am I right or wrong? So I'm gonna have to discuss something else. But I'm saying it's just like different it's just the event that was going on is the election. So I just jumped on giving my opinion. October 26th is when the podcast officially starts. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be monetized before October 26th. You know what I'm saying? So instead of going out and investing money, I just jumped on my cell phone so I can make the money to do it myself. Let the business pay for itself. Oh, Kelly, you said challenge accepted. Kelly, you tell me the date. You feel me? Kelly, if you was talking to me, tell me the date. You know what I'm saying? But listen, like, so that's pretty much what I did. She ain't paying me nothing, man. YouTube paying me. It's just the same thing as everybody else. You know? Same thing as everybody else. So let me see. I see Alicia Morrison. I don't think I read anything from you. She says, no matter who you pick, the rich people gonna get richer. I agree. That's what I'm saying. If you what rich person you know that went broke from taxing them more money? So why not tax them? It makes no sense. And you got people like us that's in the Republican Party that been drinking that Jim Jones juice. Been drinking that Kool-Aid, and they trying to protect the rich people who's stepping on their backs. Make it make sense. They're not going to go broke if you tax them more money, but the government can raise the revenue to help do other things with it. I'm just saying, y'all, make it make sense, please. Joseph Villarreal says, takes a businessman to run a country like a business. You know what I'm saying? Trump almost destroyed agriculture. That's what Ichia said. That's what he did exactly. But I can't hate on him for doing that trade war with China, because in the end, China hurt. He hurt China when he did that. Cullen Bass says Trump is Archie Bunker, and Kamala is the lady from the EBT episode on the Boondocks Uncle Ruckus reality show episode. Y'all give Colin Bass a round of applause for the funniest comment of the day. That was too funny. EM says, why do I have black skin? Fred Dorsey said tariffs for a foreign company to buy American companies. Mercedes took over. Tesla is foreign. Sir, the Tesla is a worldwide company, actually. You know what I'm saying? Their corporate headquarters is in Austin, Texas. Let's see. EM says, tell me that, and I'll tell you why Jesus was a Republican. Let's see. Thomas says Trump wants to line his own pocket. He already done that. You see what I'm saying? That man known. Trump probably one of the most famous people in the world. He was famous before he ran for president. American president with a personality like that dude is super famous. So Brandy Lee was removed from Yale. Let's see. Kelly Quinn says, because that's what God chose to do. Thank you, Miss Kelly. You feel what I'm saying? Like, man, it wasn't like I was born and I had a box to check, black, white, yellow, or green. You feel me? I was born like this. I don't know. I don't even think like that, though. That's why I didn't respond to it. Carmita Jones says, yes, we can. Denise Hash says, there are comments here that are completely incorrect. I know, Denise. You see what I'm saying? But I just let them have their voice. You know, they could say what they want to. We do this all the time. So Dustin Willis says, so they can line their own pockets. Andre Hughes, why do you hate your black skin, bro? Why are we talking about this? You feel what I'm saying? Why do I hate my black skin? How do I hate black skin? I mean, I'm just wondering why y'all saying that. Like, am I supposed to be like, I'm not like a civil rights leader. I defend civil rights legally, but I'm not a person that is into that, my brother. You said, why do I hate my black skin? How do I hate my black skin? I want to know. I just want to know why y'all feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to know why y'all feel like that. So, website for understanding. That's what MJ say. Destin says nothing new. Delrose Scott says never heard that name before. Freddie Dorsey says EM because God made us black, because black is beautiful, man. You feel me? But I'm not gonna hate on a white person, man. I'm not gonna hate on nobody. I'm not hating on nobody. Black, white, green, purple. I'm not judging you by what color you are. I'm judging you by how you act. You see what I'm saying? SS Easy says guilty verdict, put tariffs, equal punishment for the American citizen. Thomas says you're forgetting Bernie again. Dusty buns. Thomas W. in here cracking jokes. You know what I'm saying? Big jokes. Let's see. Tony says she had a change of mind over that. Over the past 3 years, when someone educated her about the pros and cons, she had a change of heart. It's nothing wrong with doing that. Joseph Varela says, laugh all you want at Trump. He's looking out for the people. People say that Harris is looking out for the people. You know what I'm saying? Andre Hughes says, which 90 is on this earth? I'm not sure what he means about that. Dustin Willis says, Bernie has 5 mansions, Thomas, he does. Carmita Johnson says, Kelly, yes, and it's mind-boggling after listening to her, anyone saying would vote for Trump. You really think so, Miss Carmita? So, Miss Carmita, you a Trump person? Pat Master says, Kamala, 2 votes, 98 votes for Trump. That's just because this is a conservative stream. Kelly Quinn says, all I'm saying is please, guys, do your research and please pray before you vote. I agree with that 1,000%. JLP says, I restored my rights so I can vote this term. It is very important we get the Democrats out of office. Andre Hughes says, which 90% is this planet? CMDR Scotty says, I think the world's probably split. Reggie says, dude, you're wrong. Voting Harris is ignorant. Here's the facts. Harris respect today's economy, and Trump's economy was great. What's wrong with today's economy? You got the lowest unemployment rate since the 60s. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with it. Dice says, free ain't free, folks. Taxpayers will be paying a big chunk of money and higher taxes. Yes, they will. What's wrong with that, though? We talked about that. Taxpayers paying more money. We talked about where we getting that money from. Billionaire minimum tax, capital gains tax. The regular people don't pay no more taxes. The rich people are paying more tax. You see what I'm saying? That's the conversation, man. That's what we're saying. Like we know you're gonna have to raise taxes. We're like completely 1,000, 10,000% aware that you have to raise taxes. You know what I'm saying? Carmen English says, don't know Brandy Lee. Am I supposed to? Freddie Dorsey says, Freddie Dorsey YouTube videos. Yes, sir, Freddie, I'll come check it out. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit when I get off stream. I'm going to chill a little bit, get back on the computer. I'll go ahead and type your name in, my brother. Check it out, Freddie. I hope you like the channel. I hope you subscribe to it. You hit the notification bell, come support. And Freddie, I promise you, the channel probably be called Beach Vibes, but definitely I'm going to come back and go ahead and show you some love, You feel what I'm saying? So let's see what we see. Carmen English says, don't know Brandy. I'm supposed to. Benito, how you doing, my brother? You know what I'm saying? All the people come in. They pop in at least for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? We got about 40 more minutes trying to power through it, man. I need to get in 3.5 today. You know what I'm saying? Benito says a vote for Kamala is like putting a Titanic in reverse to hit the same iceberg again. So what I'm saying, Benito, you don't think that she's gonna, her policies are gonna be different than Joe Biden's? That's the question. Edward Alice asks Kelly, she warned people about Trump. Carlos says that's not accurate. Tariff, if not meant to increase demand, only imports that compete with USA products. Joseph says, what do you see in Kamala besides skin color? I mean, I went over this plenty of times, my brother. And Joseph, I know you've been in here before. Miss Kelly says, it is shocking, right, Carmita? A doctor would not want to lose his license. What she says, I believe all along. Kelly, I have prayed and will vote Trump. That's what Miss Christie says. Thomas says paying more in tariffs is fine if citizens get the benefits. So what's the difference in charging the rich people who can afford to pay? Thomas, that's what I'm saying. You want us to pay the taxes. Why are y'all trying to let the rich people make it unless you're a rich guy? If you don't make over $100 million, look on the on the capital gains tax. Now, if you make less than $1 million as a family, that would affect you. Right now, under Trump, is $580,000. She want to raise it to $1 million. So if your family don't make $1 million a year, that capital gains tax increased by 8% is not going to affect you. But that billionaire minimum tax is for people who make over $100 million a year. So Thomas says he okay with paying more taxes if the citizens get the benefits. Why I'm going to give him $4,000 to give it back to me? If I do get it, he might not give it back to me. It might go somewhere over there, or it might go in Jeff Bezos' pocket. He got enough money. That's what I'm saying. Trickle-down economics don't make no sense whatsoever. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. Thomas saying he want me to pay for the extra money in taxes so I'm gonna pay Trump $4,000 so he could give me back a $1,500 check. Come on, Thomas. Thomas, I'm scared to say this because I know you're gonna start talking about me. I know he's gonna get on me. He gonna start getting on me. You feel me? But Thomas, I'm saying, my boy, why I'm gonna do that, man? That don't make no sense to me, bro. Get the money from the people who can afford to give the $4,000 or the $8,000 or the $40,000 or the $400,000. They can afford it. You feel me? Get the money from them. Why you gonna get it from me? That's all I'm saying, Thomas. Teresa Harrow, baby says, sounds good. Carmita says, Kelly, yes. JLP says, Scott, race shouldn't have nothing to do with how you vote. That's discrimination. JLP, baby, that is absolutely correct. But I didn't even want to delve into it. Let the man say what he wants to. If that's how he feel. Helen Young says, Scott, dude, this is America. Don't be like that. You know what I'm saying? We way past them days. Dustin Willis says, quiet now, Thomas. Don't want to make fun of my name. How many houses does Bernie own? Dustin, who making fun of your name, my boy? Why y'all, man, y'all don't be making fun of Dustin. Dustin, cool, man. MJ says, Mike from around the world, Council of Time. Kelly says, thank you, Edward. I think it's really important that her name get out in the public more. I agree with Miss Kelly. Cullen Bass says, I'm like Uncle Ruckus. Don't trust them. New blank there. Kamala Harris. Cullen, come on, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep on hating on Kamala. Corey says Trump 2024. That being said, man, I ain't trying to skip nobody's comments, though. I want to see where y'all at. Let me see where y'all at. Y'all know what time it is. Throw them T's, throw them K's. Throw them T's, throw them K's. I got a prediction, man. I think that Trump, he gonna win this right here because I think it ain't nothing but conservatives in here. Ooh, my boy Thomas got Harris, Teresa, Kamala, Carmita, Kamala. Look at that, bro. Up 3. Pepe says Trump is 3-3. Al says Kamala. JLP says Trump, Kamala. Eminem says Kamala. Look, Timothy says Trump. Large Mouth says Trump. Freddie not voting, Freddie. We gotta talk, Freddie. Sarah says Trump. Teresa True says Trump. Hey, look, that's about equal. That's about even, man. Come on. Bless up. Kev, that my boy go. He says Harris. You know what I'm saying? Edward says Harris. Sean says Trump. Bro, that's about 50-50. You know what I'm saying? We done even it up, bro. We got the Harris people in here. JLP. You see that? It's about 50-50. Thomas says, who is that? Jonathan says, Thomas, I think it all depends. But basically a progressive tax with, man, caveats. I can't wait to get down there so I can read that. So, Dustin says, were you better off in 2020 or now? Dustin Willis, we went over this, my brother. We got to have personal responsibility. Things happen in people's life. Dustin, what if I went out there and I got a car wreck and I can't work no more? That has nothing to do with 2020 and now. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it has nothing to do with it. But am I better off? No, I don't think so at all. I just started a business like that's hard to that. You see what I'm saying? Like, guys, a court case to finish take about 2 years. I got cases, bro, that's been waiting to litigate for 16, 17 months. You see what I'm saying? I got another case that a lawyer got the trials in November, bro. I wrote that lawsuit last May. And there's not 100% chance that you're going to get paid. That's what I'm saying. It's just the kind of business that I started. But no, not at all. Definitely not. Definitely not. You know what I'm saying? Thomas says, Dusty, I missed your chat because of typing in the chat. What was your thing? Hashtag truth. She is paying all of y'all. She is not paying me anything, sir. YouTube is paying me. Let's see. Kelly says, good job, Miss Christie. I want to hear who said that about economics. So Al says trickle-down economics has never been proven to work. Y'all show my boy Al some love. Al McAllister, show my boy Al some love. Al speaking that big truth, boy. You hear me? B says, I did get no taxes back. They said I made too much for one person. I couldn't even afford things. You know what I'm saying? Thomas says, yes, tax churches. Come on, dude. This man, Thomas is wilding, bro. Echad says, once you investment banker, you wake up all the nonsense Trump is on. The stock exchange is literally a meme at this point. Me Too says, comrade, I ain't even going to read that, man. I think that's disrespectful. Y'all know how I am. Thomas W., if a business can't stand, that's capitalism doing what it does. No, yeah, that's true. But I'm saying, what's wrong with helping people out? That's my question. What is wrong with helping people out? Dice says lower taxes for the rich. Companies make lower prices, yet tax them more just to give you free money. Prices raised to have them get back what you didn't earn yet, expect to be given to you. Truth says Trump 2024. Andre says, there's your reform, what Trump did. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to skip down. Gina Evans, she says, when Trump gave tax cuts for big companies and cut regulations, companies that had left the U.S. came back. There's a point there. You know what I'm saying? And many companies gave big bonuses to employees. That seems like trickle-down economics. Listen to that, Gina. That is trickle-down economics. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with companies like giving the tax breaks to get them back. But I'm saying you got to put regulations on the actions of those companies. Thomas says not voting is the same thing as voting for who you think is worth. JOP, all hearts. You hear me? Jonathan says, Thomas, I think it all depends, but basically a progressive tax with caveats. Jonathan, what you mean by that? Because I want to talk about that. A progressive tax with caveats. That's pretty interesting, Jonathan. That's real interesting. Chad Abernathy. You know what I'm saying? I know these people, bro. They be in here, bro. They'll pop in and show your boy something. Love. He says, Thomas, if not the business goes out of business because of government and not the market. Not if the business goes out of business because of government. That is true. We don't want no businesses that's going out of business. But that's going to happen. Businesses are going to go out of business because of the market. But if the government is doing it, that's something totally different. Mr. Cool says, I'm from Ireland, and we think it is crazy that Americans could support Trump. Like, we think it is insane. My boy, Mr. Cool said, how you guys could support Trump? Me too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, let's welcome the bots to the stream. Me too says Kamala ain't paying that $30 trillion debt. Shell, double it and pass it to the next guy. I don't know how you say that, because it ain't no $30 trillion debt that I'm aware of. And the debt that it is, it's like Donald Trump put $8 trillion of it on there. He put a third of it on there. I guess it could be almost $30 trillion by now. Think about that. That's a lot of money. You think Donald Trump's gonna cut it when he get in office? He gonna double it. Make America great again. Double the debt. Sarah Cooper says, love that there's so many. Yeah, Sarah, that's what we do, little baby. You hear me, Sarah? That's what we do. Miss Kelly says, I admire the way that the Trump supporters are, but it's the ones that seem to be bowing down and be closed off and are mean that bothers me. I agree with you, Kelly. It's nothing wrong with having passion. I have a lot of passion. I might not have as much passion for a political candidate. Dude, it's hard for me to have that much passion. You see what I'm saying? Look, I want VP Harris to win. I'll vote for VP Harris. I'll put that on everything I love. But having that much passion I'm a conservative. But Trump fans have a lot of passion. I don't have no problems with them. Kelly, you are absolutely correct. 3,000%. It's just a disrespect. Miss Helen Young said, get rich, huh? She told me to get rich. Kellen, I'm not trying to get rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, make some money, man, to support my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? While I, pursue my legal career, because that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to write lawsuits. I'm thankful to YouTube for getting the opportunity. They're trying to say that Kamala is paying me. If she is, I don't know nothing about that. Kelly Quinn says 8.1 trillion. Obama left with 9 trillion. However, he was in office for double the amount of time. That is absolutely correct. So if we go by those numbers, we would think that Trump's number would be at least 12 trillion, 16 trillion. You see what I'm saying? You could say that Trump had to deal with COVID, but Obama had to deal with the worst economic crisis in U.S. history. And he was in there for 2 years. You see what I'm saying? Thomas says progressive tax and absolutely wealth cap caveats. I like that. Carmen English says it has nothing to do with taxes and everything to do with control. Thomas says a CEO should make more money than a teacher. That's good to think, Thomas, but in America, that'll never happen, my brother. Reggie says Trump all the way. Eric says either way, UN, World Bank, and IMF. Helen says, I want to see that, Helen. What you said? She said ghost. Hello. What you said, Helen? Let me see what you saying. You know what I'm saying? Like every time this is a touch screen, the computer. So every time I touch it, like the comments drop. Man, we way back there. She said, you trying to live off a billionaire success? No, ma'am. That's why I'm on YouTube. Ma'am, listen, I filed so many lawsuits. I filed 15 lawsuits. And my career started in August of 2022. 15 lawsuits. I'm a paralegal, freelance paralegal, baby. That's what I do. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, like the business that I have, like, I have cases that I wrote a case for attorney last May. 12 racks was supposed to be the payout if he win the case, just for writing the case. They ain't going to trial to November. That's how long you got to wait. I done got paid in cases before. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 cases right now that I'm working on. I first filed that first case, bro. It's about to be 2 years, about 3 or 4 months. And the case ain't even over. It ain't even really started. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make money in between those times. Does that make sense? It's not like a business where I'm selling cheeseburgers. So if I was selling cheeseburgers, I'm going to try to get customer. You know what I'm saying? I write a case. When I write that case, it's not like they'll come up and say, here's $12,000 for writing that case. They're going to come up and give you a ticket and say, here, you can hold this ticket. And then like 2 years from now, if I win, you'll get paid. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all that is, baby. Helen, I'm not trying to live off no man's success. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it on my own. Just made a switch and made a change from being in the working class to, you know what I'm saying, stepping out the working class, doing what I do. I thank you for that comment, though, baby. Eric Lopez says, need to go. Salute, my brother. Carmen English says, I'll say it again. It has nothing to do with taxes and everything to do with control. Miss Carmen, break that down for me. Ken Smith says a rapist is not right for the highest position in America. Oh, he's a rapist? Trump been convicted of rape? I never knew that. If he has, let me know that. D.D. Sarsa says, I make more money now than I did in 2020. You know what I'm saying? B says, the more you make, the more you pay. That is so true. But if that's true for us, why y'all letting the Republicans make? I mean, why y'all letting the rich people make it? If they make us pay more money, why y'all gonna let the rich people make it? Is what I'm saying. Sarah says, thoughts on digital currency. Sarah, do you like digital currency? Listen, you guys in the chat, y'all tell me. Do y'all? Sarah, thank you for that. That's great, Sarah. You guys tell me in the chat. Do you guys like digital currency? If you guys like digital currency, put a Y in the chat. I don't care for digital currency. Me personally, I think with anything digital, I know, Thomas, all currency is digital, but what about this in my pocket? Nah, no $100 bills, y'all. It's not digital. You feel what I'm saying? I think that digital currency can be manipulated. That's just my views on the situation. I'm so sorry, guys. So let's see. Jonathan says, nah, bro, CEO should definitely make more than a teacher. Like, Jonathan, I would agree with that, bro. But for us to be able to make that happen, bro, that's going to be so difficult. Eminem says, Oxfam, estimates that a progressive wealth tax on the rich could generate $664 billion annually to help lift people out of poverty. Eminem, you are the man. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel, sir. Please hit the notification bell. Somebody trying to distract us, bro. Eminem, I love that comment, bro. He says,